missing.
I showed him the roll for initiative one.
I like that.
I had to lose like the really dark purple ones.
I only have a limited amount of dice today.
Sorry, it was dark purple? Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, here, let me...
I thought you were about to
Fix
just
the
shine
lights
it
for you.
like dark purple lighting.
Oh, that's cruel.
Here, let me pick. Like, let me
Let me
just
help
pick
you out with
something,
that.
man.
Yeah.
It'll be all good.
Got a rave party going in.
Get it
Between-
flashing and
Since
first
it's
person
purple and green, you
Spielberg
just get
versus-
purple green. Purple green. Really fuck with me.
Fuck, man. I'd have a seizure.
There were like really fancy looking bouquets of flowers and shit in Costco today. I was like, what the fuck? Like they had their own vases and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been in Costco.
That's gonna be a
at all.
slow fucking burn. Let me tell you,
Nice.
it's gonna be a slow fucking burn.
So where do you guys want to go?
I don't even know where we left off.
To be honest, I can't remember either.
Julie knows.
Thankfully. If not, it's
We just wing it and follow the barbarian, you know?
Oh.
I like this idea. We'll play
Yeah,
follow the
it's
leader.
it'd be cool to like maybe go after one of the hags or go.
What are you talking about? We're going after Baba La Saga. Obviously, you're back.
No, I thought we were gonna
No,
do the hex
Baba
first,
Saga.
then Saga.
No. Saga.
Do we
first.
know where Saga is?
No.
She's
That's
right
how-
outside
See?
the Wizard of Wine.
She knows where Baba La Saga is. There we
Like,
go.
she's,
We'll
like,
just do
right
that.
there.
Really?
She's
Yeah.
not right outside.
Let's
Well,
do
she's
that
close.
today. Fuck yeah.
She's over the mountain from them.
Well, we're gonna
Still.
She's close enough. Anyway.
Yeah, she's a couple hours away.
We'll walk there. 2 minutes.
I'm having trouble for some reason. I'm drawing
Oh my
a total
God,
blank
so-
on where you guys were staying.
We were in that blue
I pissed
thing,
off that old lady.
wasn't it?
I know that one.
I remember that you guys had to fight Roth's Revenant.
Yeah, we
Showed
were
up.
in Rock Revenant at, like, what's her pickles place. And then we went back to the inn.
And
I
that was
don't know
pretty
the
much
name of
it.
the inn. It's just what, like the inn with the guy who's like always
No, I
behind the
remember.
bar.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
I'm
You
like,
guys were at the Blue Water and you were talking to
yeah,
Fairway.
yeah, that's where we ended with Blue Water.
That's about it. Yeah, I pissed off that lady so much. It's not funny. Did she give us a job yet, or do we have to go back?
I think you just pissed her off to the point where she doesn't even want to
I
hire us,
slapped
man.
a head onto her fine dining table.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You're lucky that she didn't take your head and slap it on
I know.
yours.
She'd
God.
be dead. No, I gotta
I
like
feel like we should play
spread
that
out.
song when we go on the mountain. Just like the Under the Bridge one. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
What flavor is that? Is that Slurpee?
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Oops, sorry.
Oh my god, I got it right.
It's brown flavored.
It's the
It's
flavor
shit
of dirt.
flavored. Oh, dirt works too.
It looks more like dirt than it does shit, man. I don't know what type of shit you're looking at.
Yeah.
This looks more like shit.
I like
That is a
the
lovely
root
looking
beer
turd. Oh,
floats,
yes,
or
deep
not root
throat
beer
turd.
floats, but the root beer. One of those are really good.
Only the power of suggestion.
That's,
It doesn't appeal to a whole another group on the internet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Level 5.
Didn't
Let's
you
get to
want
level
us to
6.
appeal to your fan base? Like,
Yeah, a whole cornucopia of them.
I bet you're gonna have like 8 people pop in now and be like, oh yeah,
Oh.
yes, you deep throat that chocolate. Oh my god.
Okay, that's turning the stomach. A whole new level. Oh, I hate that.
Almost as bad as like that
2 girls,
sticky
1
ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was funny. I thought you were just
That was
exaggerating at
Now
first,
every
and then it was like.
time I mention it, he gags. Yeah. Just
Oh, that's
remember like
disgusting.
sticking.
It reminds me
of back
in the days when
far away
it was
from my
so
mind.
great. Oh.
Far away from
Best
my
thing,
mind.
wasn't it, Julie? Maybe we should do a repeat of that. I'll bring more fruit like gusher shit.
If we're,
Can
if
you
we're
imagine if I
talking
did it with,
about
like, fruit
poop shit
crackers?
though.
Actually, that would really be kind of tasty because they're juicy.
True. But the real problem would be getting the gusher to stay on the center of the ball when you're like squishing it down.
Now this is kind of becoming alluring, to be honest.
You're talking about keeping a gusher down, and I'm going completely.
Hey, man, you always gotta keep the gushers down.
Right?
That's where the fun begins.
Exactly.
Like if you just let it go willy nilly.
Well, it's just
170.
Exactly. It's like a fish out of water, you know?
Jesus.
Right. Exactly.
Because
Really?
What you talking
between the
about?
I got the big
Got
the
you.
printed ones, and then the digital download is like.
But he also was like both
$30
ways, man.
too.
Gotta experience
But
the
for
fruits
2
of life.
kids.
What a great racket. Good for them. What a great racket.
But it's good, so they'll be getting those.
It's okay.
Glad
One
to
day you'll
support
see
the
gushers and
arts.
you'll understand.
Anyway,
They're gonna like.
We're talking about sex, right?
No.
that's times
What are we talking
600
about?
kids.
Wow, dude.
Get
You're
your mind out of
you're
the gutter. How
Oh,
did you
fuck you
think
guys.
that Mark and I would talk about something so Christian-like at
I
a
know.
D&D circle?
Oh!
I am
We are
astounded.
like fighting demons and well, actually not in this one.
Yes, we're fighting them.
Yeah, we're doing the good of the
Yeah.
church here.
Isn't it kind of blasphemous that I am a like
Hold on to that
angel
thing.
guy?
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Our intentions are pure over here, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm keeping the flesh
Mine's
going
are
for
evil.
research purposes.
Hey, if you go by half of them,
Yeah, how long does it take to fill one
it's just
up?
like when you get those
Want to find out?
very religious people who are like anti-gay shit. It's like, yeah, well, I'll see you in hell. I'll be the one whipping you.
Yeah, the same books that
I didn't
are
know
all
you were
about
into
the
whipping
anti-gay
people.
are also about
I didn't take you as a
anti-shaving
dominator.
and
Mixed
mixed
clothes.
Like, come on.
I know.
You completely didn't hear what I said. I'm really
No, I
sorry.
didn't. I'm sorry. Mark was talking.
He was like, oh no. And I was like, I know you were into being the dominating type.
No.
Like, damn, Josh. All we need to do is just get dominatrix boots. It would work perfectly.
Colossus wore those.
Right?
That reminds me of his background.
I feel like
Do
this is
Lisa.
going well so far.
Yeah, it is.
So I like your face today.
You know you want.
Oh,
Alright.
his face is so tired.
Your eyes look so pretty.
They're very blue. I just went on and tried some of the stuff on quickly. That's from my new palette.
That stuff is intense.
You should just play like Under the Bridge, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That was
I tried to bring
You ever
this
pants
in.
down low?
Do something
Listen
from
to it,
Witcher.
sir.
Over to the top of the Blue Water Inn. We see the snow-covered roof,
We had a long rest.
stark shadows. Can I offer you several Red Bulls in rapid succession, madam?
Sorry, Julie. I am just like. Ugh.
Oh shit. As I said, would you like an energy drink or
No,
several?
I
Would you like to
cannot
start
eat
some
them.
coffee?
Maybe I'll start some coffee in a bit. I gotta
So you
finish.
want all
I gotta finish my electrolytes first.
Right. It's got what you need.
Just get an IV kick that out. Get some Red Bull in. Right into the arm.
Hey,
Good.
Sensitive people.
actually,
Empty cup of people who are strong, you know? Like Fenna and like what's his pickle? And
Oh.
what's his pickle?
Oh,
and
in
like,
due
you know,
course.
the cat lady.
we have no need of any tactical anything at the moment.
I thought you want them on the board.
Ultimately, I will. When there is a board to have.
We were at the inn, right?
Indeed,
Yeah.
you
That's
were.
where we started. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We're at
just
the-
saying.
Alright. I feel like going after Babala Saga would be a good thing. Nightstorm is
What
on
is
board
the
with
name for your
this.
penis?
Yeah, I want to kill that bitch.
I think we're good. When we
Just the
TPK'd
road.
on her, we're on level 3. So when we got TPK'd on her, whatever level
If you would have
level 3,
ducked
now we
it,
got like
and
4
it-
level 5. I think we could
Dude, this
probably.
dude's quirky.
You did it.
True.
You can't call it a winding road. It's a
3 or
corkscrew.
4,
It
I'm
is a-
not
it's
sure.
a-
Technically,
A
a
little
winding pattern.
So we should get it.
Are you just grabbing duck dicks and trying to straighten them? Is that what you do in your free time?
I just,
If I'm lucky,
Oh my
if I
god.
can find some ducks.
Just look at a duck pond.
I just had to take a moment to debate a duck dick. Alright.
Duck dicks are supposed to be
And so
really
you should
weirdly
pop one
shaped.
on stream so people know what we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure if you pop a duck dick on stream, we're gonna get banned.
We wouldn't get banned.
You
I'm
might.
not popular enough and bots don't ban.
Watch this just for shits and giggles.
I'm not even
Like,
popular enough to
somebody
ban.
like Witch Mom was just like on stream. They're like, oh look at Dungeon Master CA. I wonder what this is about. Looks at
What
it,
are you
sees a
gonna
duck
do
dick,
with
and
the
they're
new
like, banned.
changes to the kids shit?
What
Hey?
kid shit?
Dungeons and Dragons could apply to kids.
Yeah, I said everything to 18 plus for a reason. That way I don't have to filter nothing.
Even if they'll still do it. It's not YouTube doing it, it's the FTC. And then
No,
they'll
nobody's
force you.
banning shit, trust me. Moving
I
along
doubt
though.
it.
We're waking up. Are we? Is
Uh,
it morning or is it?
You know, you guys are doing stuff. So let's get to that, shall we?
Yeah.
Whole game thing? Right on.
Yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
The stuff that we kind of came here
Camera pans low over the top of the Blue Water Inn.
I don't see an in.
Well, we're working on that.
It's just really pixelated. That's it right there.
That's right. You gotta use your imagination. It's not my fault if you have none of that.
It's still
Camera
loading in. It's just a
pans
small
low
screen.
over the rooftop. The light snowfall has left a layer of white reflecting blue light
Snow?
off of reflecting blue light off of the rooftop of the building on the other buildings nearby. The whole of the city is brightly lit in a wash of blue-colored light coming from the heavy moisture-ridden air all around. The clouds listlessly rolling overhead as a carpet as you stare out across the horizon of the town. You see people milling about in the early morning, getting themselves prepared for the day's effects and events. You can see that the giant wolf head has been finished and has been set on logs and is slowly being rolled along through the city. At a distance from where you situate on the other side of the courtyard, you can slowly see it meandering up the main drag towards the courtyard. There's in the distance this little tiny thing that you're looking at out your room windows. You're scrubbing away some of the stain. Looking at your compatriots looking over at what's going on out the window. You each get yourselves prepared, buckled, strapped, belted, whatnot, swords at the side, and spells that are ready. You guys head downstairs. Erwin's situated at the bar as usual. Bleary-eyed, he stares over.
Axe? Is it a spear?
Nice.
2 spears, technically.
Actually, who has a sword here?
Nobody.
I have a wakizashi.
Alright, terrific. So somebody has a sword that's valid. Shush. You didn't make me downstairs.
Sword's plural, though.
Come on, man. You're ruining my experience here.
I know, this is all going to pot.
Stop poking the bear. He uses lightning in this one.
Only Strahd uses lightning, and it's never hurt Fenna.
As you guys descend the stairs, heading down into the main foyer of
You have an
the Blue Water Inn, you come upon Erwin situated at the other side of the bar. He gives you a wave, bleary-eyed, and bids you to sit at a table as he puts himself together and comes out from behind the bar. Your earphones are in the stand of the chair. As he comes out from behind the bar and looks upon you all, he gives a nod and waits, not saying anything.
She's a raven person.
So,
Whoa,
like,
sorry? Is your?
I was gonna say, is there coffee or anything for the morning, you know?
He gives a nod and says, anything to eat?
The usual turn up. We'll be fine.
How
fares your morning?
Just clap his shoulder and be like, good man, and sit down, assuming he knows what to do.
Okay.
Assume the position.
What?
I don't know, whatever's for breakfast. This one will have whatever is available.
Alright. He steps back, giving a nod, looks at you as a last dish and heads towards the bar.
What's the dish too?
Turnips is fine with me.
So as he heads off towards the rear entryway, he appears a moment later with a set of mugs, placing them down in front of you. Usually with coffees, with a bean juice, black and ready, hot and fresh. He doesn't say much. He seems exhausted.
So, what kept you up all night?
He just looks at you and gives a weak smile. Just business, sir. Just business.
Thank you for the food.
It will be out moment there. And he steps away and heads over towards the bar where he steps away at a mug of Java himself. Camera pans against you guys as you converse a little bit amongst yourselves, planning out the day's events as you sip and mull your coffees.
I think this is the best cup of bean juice I've ever had.
Fenna mutters to herself, overheard by her cohorts.
Shall we finish our...
Rothar guzzles the rest of his black
the
juice.
Sounds, sir.
The what?
The most sounds.
Mouth sounds? Yes, he's got wicked. He does have wicked mouth sounds.
The best of mouth sounds. It's a dwarven thing. It's how they allure their ladies.
Gargling.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta gargle whoever gargles the best
It's like
amount
throat
of brew.
music?
No, if you gargle your brew the best, you get yourself a better women. It's a known fact to dwarves.
Right on.
Before coming down, I had messed with my spell list changing.
You can gargle with songs.
Okay, that's fine.
So, shall we find this witch, Babala Saga? What her name is?
You look around the room as you've situated yourself to see a few laborers. You can tell from their toolkit sitting next to their table. You see the hunter fellows that travel about these parts that you think you saw back in Barovia.
Like the hunters that were werewolf hunters?
They were just normal wolf hunters. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember any werewolf hunters specifically.
No, there were.
There were werewolves that were hunters.
Yeah. There were hunters that were like, eat with us, and then they started snipping the
There was that,
Jurassic
and
butt
no,
and
it's
shit,
not those
you know?
guys. Not those
He
guys.
said hunters, and I was like, oh, are they those guys? Maybe Funny can be their friends again, because she almost did it last time.
Fair. There's also a colorfully dressed individual here in a wide brim hat. He's currently scratching away at a book, and he's got a stack of meat cuts situated next to him, wrapped up in papers.
Oh, okay.
And then he's got that all wrapped up together, and you can see like layers of blood showing in a column. This whole stack of meats, and he's got a freshly emptied plate next to him, and as I said, he's just scratching away in a notebook.
Is he actually eating?
Go
Is that
over
what
and
he's-
bid him a good morning.
He's not eating the meat. No, the meat's well unpackaged.
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
Fenna gets up and
Lumbers.
makes the way over across the tavern, lumbering in towards him, looming several feet above him. The camera shows your shadow.
With like an overly
down over him.
enthusiastic smile that would make people question whether she's a serial killer because it's far too early to be smiling like that.
He jovially looks up towards you and looks you up and down. And sorry, did you say anything to him?
Yeah, I said good morning.
He says, "Good morning." Back to you.
Perfect, that's all. I
You see that he's an aged fellow, human with a set of spectacles on his nose. After a moment of, you would guess, sizing you and your intentions, he says, sorry, I just want to make sure I get his intro right here.
Perfect.
Did you check your spell list? I've got a bunch of new spells here that weren't there before.
Yeah, there's new content.
Okay. Yeah, because I could like incite some stuff, motivational speech, and I got one that it's like fast friends. That might be handy. I think I'm gonna take that one.
Okay. He sizes you for a moment, not really wavering, and then suddenly moves, "My name is Victavio."
Does he actually hold out his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Fenna's gonna grab his hand happily and be like, Fenna! Pleasure to meet you.
He takes your hand and he'll throw a strength. And it's terrible strength. And he kind of like tries to grip your whole hand, but it's easily half a hand larger than yours. He can't quite wrap his smallish... Sorry, you think he's human, but as he looks up towards you, you can see that under his hat, his ears are slightly pointed.
Oh, so he's like an elf?
They're not that long, though.
Oh, okay.
So as he tries to take your hand in his diminutive hand, in comparison, his diminutive hand doesn't manage to wrap around yours, and he ends up shaking like 4 of your fingers and your thumb,
That's awesome.
unable to get around the pinky. And he does the best he can. But with that said, you of course envelop his and give it a vigorous shake.
There was a quest. Sorry.
What is it?
Oh, there was a quest involving a half elf. Remember? It was that head.
What?
There was a head.
Or the armor.
Yeah, in the armor.
Oh, what about the armor?
There's supposedly someone we're supposed to get in touch to. At least I think that was.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna ask him what brings him here to these parts in such beautiful weather.
He closes the book over his quill and says, "I am a traveling entertainer of sorts. I tell stories, I play instruments, I entertain
Oh,
in
what type
general."
of instruments? I have a bagpipe myself.
He gives a nod at this, going slightly wide-eyed and in disbelief. He says, "Oh, really? Perhaps I shall hear that played at some time. I should think it exceptional, yes? As
Of
an
course.
exotic noise, of course." Anyway, he
Beautiful
looks
sound.
past you at your cohorts. Are those your friends?
I call them friends, yeah. One of them's a little bit iffy, though.
Hello,
Seems to get us
friends.
into trouble.
He gives you guys a wave. Well, any exotic bunch, huh?
Who are we talking to?
A colorfully dressed man scritching away on a notepad with
Yeah,
a stack
Dennis
of
is
meats
kind of
next to
being
him.
like an extrovert and being like, how's it
Wrapped
going?
meats. Wrapped butchered meats.
I'm gonna sidle up to him, sit down.
Okay.
Speaking of trouble, this
okay?
is he.
You pull out a chair and sit down next to him. He kind of looks over at you.
Well, she sat down, right?
No,
I
she
didn't
was
sat down, I'm
standing
just chilling.
Hello there.
I'm just gonna say this is the trouble I was
Okay.
speaking of.
Oh,
Um,
I'm trouble. I guess I
I
have
said
it.
you like to get into trouble to him.
It's nice to meet you. I hold out my hand.
He
Atlas.
takes yours. As you reach out, he readily leaps forth and grabs a hold of it, giving it a vigorous shake.
So you've asked him what brings you to these
Yeah,
places.
he's a traveler, an entertainer, if you would.
So, I see you've got a nice pile of meat there.
His auto animation glitches out
Hey,
for a
guys.
moment as somebody reports abuse on your line.
Hey,
But
buddy.
no,
A nice stack
he
of
looks
meat.
back towards the stack of meat and he says, yes, exotic tastes, as it were. These are fine cuts. Fine cuts to be sure.
Oh, what type of meat did you get?
Steak, beef.
Beef steak?
Yeah.
Are you selling?
No.
That's too bad. I would have loved to try something so exotic. Been eating nothing but turnips and...
Dennis is gonna question him further on his steak and be like, what type of greeting did you get?
He looks at both of you and says, no, I would say that my tastes are exotic for the usual. But this is homegrown beef.
Ah.
You speak a foreign tongue, yes. I understood this from my travels. He looks about at each of you. He says, this is not common here.
Mm.
You speak language of another place.
No.
Do I speak it? I do, actually. Wait a second. I have more languages.
As he gives a nod and looks towards the rest of you in the back,
I missed the beginning of it, so I'm not really sure what to do.
he looks over towards the meats.
This one's eyeing up his meats.
But just looks at him and she's like super delighted. And she's like, do you speak giant?
He thinks about this for a moment, and roughly says that his shirt has feet.
But it's just gonna like look him up and down and be like, I'm sure it does.
He gives a nod and a smile, satisfied with his effort. At which point, as the camera pans against you guys, he adjusts his book and his meat to the one side, mops up where the meat has leaked a little bit.
Oh, gross. This one thinks you should keep better control of your meats. Of that
Yes,
one's meats.
he says as he gives a nod and then looks towards the door as a fellow comes in, a young boy with a bag, and he wide-eyed looks towards him. And pardon me. And he gets up from his seat and moves over towards the boy, fumbling around in his pocket for a moment. He produces some coinage and pays the boy, who gives him a sack. When he heads back towards the seat and places it on the table, the sack kind of rolling out like it's full of a bunch of spherical things. You'd guess some sort of fruit. You smell with a perception check. In your case, we'll say,
Oh, I don't have
14
no
or better.
die. I need my die.
do you die?
Thank you.
Wait,
I guess you
everybody
die.
smells or just Seth
Oh,
smells?
Seth is a cat.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to smell, it's, we'll say 16 or better.
I low-key almost want to see if I can get something better than a 16. I know I'm probably not going to. Oh, 10. My perception is weak, so we're just going to keep it at
I believe in you.
Okay.
I believe I can play.
I'm thinking even with my plus, that Nightstrom is not smelling very well now. I think
We'd
she's
add,
too distracted by the meat.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, I got an 18.
I got
Alright.
15 that time, but we're going to ignore those because those are constant.
Rather than smelling for it, you can see the hint of the shape and the stem, and you deduce that they're probably apples.
They're stem
Oh, don't they
turnips.
look like the frightening little things that try to bite us?
Or if they do, I'm gonna slap them.
Can I want to hiss at them and back away and say,
You don't realize what they are, so you don't know to hiss at them. It's fine.
Those,
you're right, I didn't
They're
roll
not
very good.
apples.
You wouldn't
It's a
believe the
sack of
stories we've had regarding
Perception,
those
yeah, plus
apples.
5. Yeah,
Okay, now he said apples. So, and
I have my perception
Octavio
roll
looks
of
as
5.
the cat's hair suddenly goes up, and his reaction is one of a bit of shock, and he grabs a hold of the bag and then grabs a hold of the meat and pulls out of it.
Forgive my
Does
friend.
the apples have
We were-
teeth?
Yeah.
One of them actually rolls out of the bag as he pulls it backwards, and it bounces harmlessly with a split down on the ground next to you guys.
Like
And he
poke it
looks
with my
towards
tail.
it. He reaches over and grabs a hold of it and wipes it off and crunches into it. Grab him.
Trust nothing in this place.
Cheers the rest.
We were.
He looks towards you as you say this and takes another bite of the apple, unsure of what your problem is, man. And then the camera pans over towards you guys.
Fred is just gonna keep
She's
on
looking at him
talking
with
to him.
slit
And
eyes.
be like, so whereabouts are you traveling?
He
Are you
feels
just passing through?
He gives a nod like this as he's chewing away. And yes, as I am making my way through Barovia, entertaining the peoples in this trying time. I've heard the story of the wines. They are restricted, yes? And he takes another heavy bite of
Well,
the...
have you been to see the Wizard of Wines?
He chews away for a moment, again, putting up a finger and then finishing to say, no.
Perhaps if you'd
Interesting
like to
place.
go, you could come travel with us. We're
He
heading
gives-
that way.
He gives a nod at this and says, I would appreciate this, but I have business here in Wallachia before I travel on.
May I ask,
This
what
one
is
does
this
not
business?
trust the apple eater.
What's this?
What is? May I ask your business, or is that?
He gives a nod again. I am an entertainer, as I mentioned.
Yes, yes. Is that what you're writing in your book there?
No, these are my notes, my diary, my journal, if you will.
I see.
I keep record of where I have been, of the people to whom I have spoken,
Well,
such as yourself, will be a
Do-
page in my book.
This one.
so
Does
oh,
the entertainer know Barovia well?
I do know its ins and outs, what I could say.
you don't happen to have a map of this place that you would be able to spare, or
He kind of rolls his eyes with a smirk and points to his head. Unfortunately, nothing on parchment.
I understand.
What do you know? What
We're-
does the entertainer know of this festival?
The festival of the Burning Wolf, is it? Yes, this is another festival that the Burgermeister he operate to provide people with morale.
Oh, we were
so
getting
say.
rid of the Burgermeister.
And if the morale is not improved, then there are occasional meetings to help improve morale.
We
does
need
not
to
believe
improve
you.
morale.
Friggin' pirate flag.
This is my kind of town.
As the
The
camera
meetings will
pans against you
continue
guys,
until
he
the pirate
adjusts
ship
his
is-
hat, taking it off and giving his hair a ruffle and then placing it back on his head, curling the brim out.
I don't suppose you might be able to provide some information on this Burgermeister. You see, we're aware that we've been causing some trouble, but
I am not sure what information you seek from me.
just anything you might know about him.
He gives a bit of a roll of his eyes and shakes his head. I am not certain what you mean. Still,
As you say, we're not from here, so we're trying to get to know this city a bit more. And to do that, we kind of, or at least I am awfully confused with how things are being run here with the dangers in this world.
There's dangers in every world.
As
he gives a bit of a scoff at this and he leans back
Things kind of
and he looks towards you and he takes a moment and you can see the same look in his eyes as you saw earlier when he was sizing you up as he's sizing up your cohorts. And then he leans forward and he says, "What do you know of trouble? How long have you been here in Barovia?"
Roth died.
How long have we been?
Depends on what you consider trouble, friend.
We've
He gives a nod at this.
we've lost some good a good friend on the way here. You have to forgive my friend's reaction with apples. We have a bizarre story of some animated ones.
But it's just
Coming
gonna
after us.
pat his shoulder and be like, perhaps we can share stories together sometime.
Yeah.
You
You
share
can add it
yours
to
and we'll
your
share ours.
tales.
He gives a nod at this and says, "Very well, but you are purchasing the first pledge of wine."
I think that's something that can be agreed on.
Atlas will purchase it. He's rich.
How much is a flagon of wine?
2 copper. Oh, sorry, it's 1 silver.
See?
I'm thinking like
You're
a giant
rich.
barrel.
It's okay. Atlas is filthy rich.
Okay. You look towards Irwin for a pitcher of wine.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Keep your money." And so it is that he brings over a pitcher of wine and a bunch of glasses.
Ben is gonna pass him a coin anyways.
Fair enough. He takes it, obligingly.
Oh god. Which coin am I passing?
To this point,
Real
that
question?
time passes as you guys exchange a few stories. He listens to your trials heading towards Krezek and what. But you guys tell me which stories you tell him.
Let one of you guys decide that.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him about the joyous time where I broke somebody's nether region with a warhammer and sent them flying 5 feet in the air, and how it was glorious and like the crack of the bones and everything. I'm gonna tell it in exquisite detail too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He inquires further, asking about location and stuff like that.
God, where
Getting
would
as
that
much
have been?
detail.
Oh, it's by this really weird bleeding tree. You pull an axe out, the tree goes crazy, there's blood splurting everywhere. I still have that axe, actually.
He goes on to ask why you guys were there and etc. etc.
Well, you know, adventuring,
He
doing
gives a nod
adventure
at this.
things.
He tells you in his travels around, he's seen a lot of strange things, and even here in this town, he's wondering. The most strange thing he's seen in town, he would say, is the purple flashes of light coming from the Burgomeister's house in the attic at night.
Oh.
You could see it on the odd occasion if you're passing by at the late hours. I'm not quite sure on the schedule. However, it
It's
is
quite odd.
distinct. It is most certainly something strange, magical.
I had that.
So with that,
Oh, Fenna's also gonna brag to him and like casually throw in that she's queen of the mountain now, technically.
he gives a nod at this. Which mountain?
Which mountain?
The
Which mountain am I not queen of? Obviously.
The camera pans against you guys as you do this for a moment.
Fenna's just
And
like
cuts to
muttering
him
slightly to her
nodding.
spear, like the nice glowy red spear that she like casually brushes her hand against. Doesn't even know the mountain I'm talking about. What is this?
He's just nodding along with the flap of his hat, kind of doing this bouncy thing in front of him.
This one wants to know what the entertainer's name is.
Rictavio.
This one. Okay. Did he say that before? I missed it.
He leans forward and he holds out his hand for you.
I look at it for a second, sniff it before I awkwardly shake it.
Okay. As you move in to sniff it, he dexterously moves to start petting you. With an 8 plus 3 for 11 to pet you.
You can have advantage because Nightstorm likes to be pet.
Alright, so you're just letting him pet you then?
Yeah.
Alright, terrific. There you go.
And
So he just
purrs
gives you a
nicely.
pet for a moment, not sure what to do, and he's like totally wide-eyed at the same time. He's looking around like, is this
so
okay?
much easier with everything if we just pet her.
With that said,
Give her a little
though,
Yeah, been
And then
for
she
a while,
like
same.
shakes her head back and forth like this, and is like,
your fur ruffles
So much
itself.
more taller.
"The Rictavio is nice to meet."
His name's Tabio?
Rictavio.
I was trying to figure out how to
Tabby
phrase it,
cat?
but it did not come
Tabio?
out very.
This one is happy to have
This
met
one
the
is happy to have
Victavio.
met the Rictavio.
Alright, that works.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
With
Whoa,
that said,
brain fry.
no, totally.
If we have to fight him, I hope that's
The
the
camera
sound
pans
it
against your face as it shows his reflection in your gleaming almond eyes. And then finally shows Atlas across the table as the
Atlas.
meat sits next to you, slowly congealing.
The meat is gross.
What do you do?
So no.
What'd you do? Are you like breaking shit?
I don't know. I'm hitting my foot on something and I'm not sure what it is.
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Just giving
Rictavio
a little concerned look at that, just feeling
looks around for a moment and says, "This has been a pleasure.
it has.
He gives a shake of his head. It has been an hour? 2 hours? How long has it been? I must go.
Guys.
Time has seemingly flown away from us. A pleasure, my good friends.
Fenna's gonna give
was
him
good
a
to meet
side
you.
hug and be like, hope to see you again soon. Like,
He,
just like awkwardly
kinda
slaps
crunches.
him into her side, you know? Like, pat
Fair
his
enough.
shoulder.
He kind of crunches as you do this. At which point, he lets out an awkward burp next to you, adjusts his hat as you let go, and then collects his things and then looks at the meat. And then kind of drunkenly mops in it with the rag that he's had out the whole time.
Oh god.
The rag itself is kind of saturated. So he like looks at this
Gotta always
and then
feel like
awkwardly
after you
collects
juice
the
your meat,
rag.
you know?
And it's just dripping as he picks it up and heads over towards the door, meandering a little bit as he does this to go and wring it out.
Oh, the cloth. Not as
Yeah.
not as meat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously you gotta wring your meat out of the
I thought you meant that he was holding the meat. I'm like, okay, great. You know, whatever floats your boat,
The
and
real
brings it
question-
out.
The real question is,
do that to me.
I do that with my steaks. I wring them out before I barbecue them. It's an important step. You take your meat out and just give it a wringing.
Helps tenderize.
That's right. Who doesn't do that? Oh.
killing my soul. If I ever come over and you're just sitting there wringing a fucking steak, I'm leaving.
If I'm doing that, it's got to be something sexual. I mean, let's face
No,
it.
I'll probably like.
What are you doing? I'm bringing my steak.
I'll probably just grab the steak and be like, "What have you done?" Like doing like the bitch slap thing with that
Oh,
guy
dude,
that's little
terrible.
kids where he just pimp slaps him out of the
All
door.
right. Where are we then? Holy
Oh
shit.
man, I like he was almost hoping we'd get a fight done just so he could play like Take On Me because I was like, oh my god, we can just call him Rick. He got Rick rolled in the middle of a game.
All right. Rictavio saunters off, does the thing. What are you guys doing? You guys
So,
talked about it over coffee.
Wizards of Wines, yes.
We're
Or
gonna
we
do
could
Bottomless
finish
Saga.
Let's go kill
Here.
Let's kill something.
I like Saga. Let's go see
We should
Saga.
do it.
Okay.
She's
We were-
technically the last part of the wine.
There is
That we never
one
done.
last thing that, by going to La Saga, we are not completing our quest here from the awful lady.
No, we're just taking a mild side quest so we can come back and then work on the nice lady's quest.
She was.
This one has no
terrible.
interest in the crazy
I
lady.
only
I
accidentally
like the
dropped
crazy
the
lady.
head. It wasn't on purpose. I
Fighting
didn't
Atlas
know.
Roth
dropping
was
a
quite
head.
interesting. Remember, we fought Roth there, and that was quite crazy.
Yeah, I feel
That
like
was fun. I
I
like
feel
that.
like we need a
injection. That
minor
was
little
really
mental break, you know, from fighting Roth. They're like, gotta
Yeah.
cope with things. It's
Yeah.
only been a
Yeah.
day.
Cool. All right, I agree with you guys. Obviously, I've been wanting to do La Saga forever.
We didn't do Saga last week, you know? We gotta do it this week.
Heck yeah! So let's gather the horses. And go.
So, is that what's happening?
Yep.
To the wines.
Fenna's gonna go to step outside and let out an entire, like, the worst sounding groan she's ever let out in her life. Over, like, just a sound of complete and utter disgust at the snow on the ground.
Okay.
I thought. Do you not like snow? Even though you
Is it
come from
still
such
snowing?
a place.
There is
Fenna
actually
just,
a
like,
little bit
looks
of a
over
light
at
upward
Atlas and she's like, I will shove your
falling
head into my
from overhead.
bagpipes.
Okay,
It's
Night
not
Storm,
thick by any
Night Storm
stretch.
chases
You
some
still have
stuff later.
backpacks.
We do have
backpacks.
We do have nothing broken. I still don't know they're broken yet, but I
While
still
she
have
waits
them.
for everybody else to
The
put
camera
their
pans
shit
against
together.
everybody as you
That's
calmly
wrecked my
make your way
bagpipes.
out
He's a big
of
boy.
the tavern, and it just pulls a
Fenna's never had to
quick
play this, so
45
she hasn't
degree
known.
slide there,
Today
pan
could've
to
been
the
the
one
way.
side to show.
She found out 'cause we're like,
Night
"Hey,
Storm
put together some
went through like 3 games to get to
Like
this guy,
pouncing.
pouncing back and forth amidst the snow, sliding
She
along,
doesn't even know.
leaving large trails in her wake as she chases after flakes.
Are you having fun over there?
Eventually, she
Chuckle.
barrels into the barrels next to the building.
Fenna's just like giving
having
her
come
a
to a
look
sliding
of complete
stop.
disgust and horror.
Covered in snowflakes, you find
It'd be
yourself
like-
looking up towards the
And
sky.
I said I'm gonna like shake all my fur off.
It ruffles itself, leaving yourself
I'm
clean
good.
and puffed. And bristling effervescently, as a matter of
I
fact.
bubble.
No, but you do sparkle.
Okay, I'll take sparkles.
With that said, the camera pans against you guys as you make your way towards the edge of town. You guys just walking it?
Horses, don't we have horses?
Yeah, I thought we had horses.
you?
I don't know. He said we had
Did you want
horses.
a coffee?
Yes, I do. I already
I don't
mentioned
have
it.
horses. I swear we had horses.
I feel like we don't, but like I might be
We
wrong.
had horses, but did we still have horses when we arrived?
Bromthorn's just gonna piggyback on.
Yeah,
I
Fennis
don't
is.
remember what you guys did with the whole horses thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk it and like lift Gromthorn up and like hold him on my shoulders,
Yeah,
Just piggyback him, like shoulder rides,
Hey,
like a little kid.
yeah, not
Okay.
quite the firemen carry across, just on the one.
No, like little kid on the shoulder, like your legs around her head, sort of shoulder.
Smoking his pipe. Just
Yeah, but you gotta like hold it down occasionally so Fenna can have some. That's the deal here.
deal.
Perfect. You don't
Can you
have to
imagine
walk.
he's sitting like a parrot.
He's basically her personal parrot. He's small enough to be one for Fenna almost.
He can tell you stories.
He's a dwarf, not a halfling.
Nim's like the perfect parrot size.
Yeah. A gnome would be great too.
Oh my god. If I make a gnome, I'm just gonna call it You Don't Know Me. It's just gonna be like you, me, and then gnome.
Yeah.
Reading up on La Saga.
no, just remembering the route
My
there.
gnome character will be a barbarian,
So,
and his name will be Kneebite Ankle Slayer.
do you guys want to take horses?
Yeah.
I thought we didn't have horses.
Acquire horses again.
Nah, I'm having fun piggybacking them.
Alright. I get to sit on your shoulders too. We'll just like 3 pile it.
No.
Come on.
No.
You'll be able to see
No,
everything
no.
coming
I
from
don't even
everywhere.
know how much the dwarf weighs. Fenna's like kind of limited capacity.
I thought you were,
I am a barrier totem where doesn't mean I want to carry everybody,
I thought we were friends.
Isn't it just the way, eh? All the guys want you to carry this party.
I carry this party on my shoulders. My back is hurting from the
Like,
weight.
literally.
Need a back rub. That's Bromthorn.
There you go. That's what you can do. As she's carrying
Just
you,
hold him like this, feet here.
yeah,
You know, and it'll be.
I know, so.
as she's like carrying him, all she's getting is like a nice back massage, and she's just like groaning in delight as she walks through the forest.
Don't mind that. That's my hammer.
Oh god.
Alright, so.
So which hammer is it though? Is the real
She'd
question.
be poking right in the back of her head.
Oh god.
Getting damn near close to hammer time, ain't it, for you?
And on that bombshell, you guys hit the road.
Yeah.
You know what the best part is? We can use the sand!
Wait, there was a positive note? Ah, yes, it is true. You get to use the sand.
Do we need the cinder blocks in the sand then?
No.
Yes! So excited.
Yeah, we haven't used the sand in a while.
I know, that's why I'm excited.
Weeks. Well, you guys got to use it last week.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you did?
Nope.
Yeah, you had it all set up.
Nope. There was no sand.
It was lava.
Whoa. Sorry, dude.
What happened?
Scared you. Doorway. Oh. That's some fugly. What? What'd you do with the coffee?
What?
What's with the coffee? What did you put them on? Oh, maybe I'm just used to that syrup. That's what
There's
it
no
is.
syrup in it.
No,
It's
obviously.
just coffee.
Is it sugar?
There's sugar.
There's sugar, yeah.
We started watching The Tick on the Amazon Prime thingy.
How
Oh,
is
live
it?
action?
Yeah.
What's up?
The Fenna and like.
Oh,
Party.
yeah, characters.
He goes ahead and
Do you want
someone brings him coffee.
No, it's fine. Sorry.
Oh, someone brings him one of the superheroes coffee, and he goes ahead, drinks it, and goes, "Oh, this is cancer." And laser uses his laser vision to heat it up. Does it to his and his assistant, and his assistant takes a drink and goes, pumpkin spice. How do you do that?
Yay, I get to throw them wherever
Pumpkin
I want to
spice
throw
laser
them.
Yeah.
Shut, I'm good.
Seriously?
I left my guy like right there.
Yeah,
So
that's-
when we're
Oh,
yeah.
this is right here.
Pumpkin
That's
spice.
cool,
How do you
actually.
do that?
I'm just gonna
I need
throw
to
them
buy
up
myself
on this
a jacket.
mountain
I
and
gotta
chill.
get
You don't need the temporary anymore? Actually, I'll just keep the temp in there.
I gotta buy
Yes. Well, I'm gonna
salt.
use
Yeah, you
it
don't have to
here,
pay
so-
for them.
Who was this asshole?
No,
What did they go out for?
I don't know.
Oh, that was the Roth character.
I thought
It was the
Roth
Roth
painted.
video spot.
You could have used the actual Roth mini. But you did.
Maybe I did use the actual Roth Mini, didn't
I
I?
don't know.
I thought you had a nice
Wait a
colored
second.
mini.
Oh,
Wait a second. Alright, doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
So she does have him over the shoulder like that. Okay, he's doing it back.
Apparently. Hold up, I got this.
Alright.
Oh my god, it actually worked out. Fun is carrying him. He asked for a piggyback.
Floats your guys' boats.
You're just jealous because I said I wouldn't carry you.
Haven't learned that to you in a while.
Oh man, I can play the bongos.
Yeah.
Get it? Kiss the butt.
I was just thinking that too.
It's a bongo duet.
Missing a D4? I think I'm missing a D4. Alright, this set's missing a D4. Oh, this set's missing like half its dice. Fuck. The rest in? No, that's it. Holy shit. Am I seriously missing dice? Oh, weird. I wonder where they are. This is such a revelation for me right now.
Oh, that did not do anything.
Right, so with everybody making their way along the road, within an hour, the rushing sound of water fills your ears, and before long you can see the large chuck of the terrain where the rushing river, Ivlis, is making its way from one side of Barovia to another, cutting through this section of town, terrain, with a large stone bridge making its way across.
This is the bridge where Mr. Jewelry got, right?
I think it was Julia you met one time as you were passing by it. As you cross over the river, you look down into its clear blue waters. Beautiful frothy white splashing about on the Rockies below. As you pass over on the bridge, easily enough, before long, you find yourself approaching a crossroads, as you have several times before. And from what you recall, to reach La Saga would mean to go to the old, ruined village, southerly along this stretch of road.
And we will continue to go.
Looking down the crossroads over to the left, you're suddenly stricken with a sight of several things moving about on the road up ahead. And you can see corpses laying about in the roadway, and a wrecked wagon off to the side. And you can see several branched forms, several tree-like figures milling their way out from about the road.
I was just gonna casually crouch down and let him slide off.
Buddy slide.
I'm just picturing you sliding into a battle position to this, to a John Cena tune.
All one fluid motion too.
Well, obviously,
Hammer out, shield up.
you have a shield.
Oh shit. Sorry.
That was
I do
beautiful.
have a shield.
You want to try forest trees? Oh my god. Can we throw them all on there? Oven, no! Me.
Warforged fails their third death save. The party. Oven! No! Oh god.
Jeez.
Oh. Shannon sent me a gift going, Jimmy's coming to save you.
That's adorbs. Old chibi. Hey,
Jimmy's too cute. Oh, I got you.
yeah, get in there, people.
Look, it's an upside down tree.
Build my map. Do my job for me.
I love doing map building when it's not.
Oh shit, that was terrible. Hey.
This will be
Hey.
the intense foresty area.
Hey.
Hey Julie, do you remember when you played the Ninja Gaiden on the PlayStation 3 for the first time and we looked at the trees on the mountain and we just died?
Oh yeah.
Because
Fucking.
trees don't grow like that.
Yeah, the trees were just growing directly up in the direction of the mountain facade. So if it was like at a 45-degree angle, the tree was coming off it at a 45-degree angle.
Oh, like
Yeah.
here's the slope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks. We were just laughing, just like
yeah.
trees don't do that.
100%.
Trees don't do that, man.
Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink.
Going, going,
Wait,
going.
this is a river, right? So this...
This is a people.
I'm just gonna like have Fenna sing that casually towards like a dwarf. I could throw you with your shield out. Just like fucking football toss you. It would be great.
I don't know, does a speedball special work?
Julia
in,
wanted to do so much.
PG?
Why
It's a
wouldn't it
fastball.
work?
Oh,
Get a
yeah,
running
it's
start,
Black Friday.
fling you
I
forward.
wish I had money.
I had money.
400 pages.
And I
He would
got,
be had.
I got stuck in the mall parking lot for 40
You say
minutes
that like
trying to
that's
get
an
out.
issue for Fenna.
Jesus.
That's
Bad.
true.
I took a video
I
and put
can
it on
do.
Facebook because of how many cars were all over the place.
For a
And they
first
said they
drag
were
your
gonna
lips.
improve it.
Well, there was one person there with a slow stop sign directing traffic, but I'd only seen one guy.
369.5
Oh, yeah, no. I
pounds
can
with his
fling
shit.
that easy peasy lemon squeezy as a Fenna. She can lift it basically a ton.
But that,
She's
that guy
tons
that-
of fun.
that would've drove
Damn straight she is.
everything
It's
else.
Fenna. She's a riot.
Well, there's a
Just try it.
Wolverine build, and they use a
Sadly,
dwarf.
nobody does, man. They're all intimidated.
Do that.
She's too giant.
We'll have some more fun with this.
As James would call her, a giant bitch.
Well, dwarves aren't generally too fond of anyone other than dwarves.
Are they racist?
Oh, absolutely.
Racist.
To be
Weird
honest,
that
the
you like
racism-
Fenna then.
I don't know. What?
You're-
But
That hammer
Remind
poke
him
in her
with,
proved another
Dude,
thing,
you wanna fix my
man.
camera?
As far as, sorry?
You want to fix my camera?
Again?
It's like-
Yeah, for the umpteenth time. Be more aware of what you're doing over there, please.
Yes.
The suction cap's off. I think that's better.
Why did it just...
Thanks.
It's no longer sticky.
It's not sticky.
You should lick it. No, don't lick it.
It's gross.
Yeah, you really don't
You
want
got to
touch
lick
that.
it before you stick it. Luke, it's not going to work no matter how hard you hit it.
No, I had put some water from the thing.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's still not sticking.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
because you
not.
got to do the switch thing.
Show me. Boink.
Then
Oh!
you stick it down. And then you give it a sec. And blink.
I didn't
Now
see
it's
that
sticky.
switch.
What is this
Oh,
weird
it's
ass
almost
Vancouver
centered.
number keeps calling?
There you go.
Boom.
Perfect.
Terrific
Oh, did
stuff.
you know you can name your stuff
As we were saying.
on D&D? I finally named my
Oh, shit.
I named my spear and my axe, so I'd never confuse them again. I was like, yay!
What did you call your axe?
I called it.
I can do that. I'm gonna name my warhammer Drum Farms.
What did I call it?
Morden's Flare.
I called it
Yeah,
like
I knocked it when I was doing the trees.
I called the axe
Initiative,
Tree
please.
Bane.
Sorry?
Initiatives, please.
Yes, sir. D20 go. There it is. 14. Bad. 7.
14 as well.
Oh.
Oh!
You have more movement speed, so I'll let you go first.
I don't have more movement speed, do I? Oh yeah.
You're 30. You're 40. 25. Cause I'm a wee one.
You sure you don't want me to carry you over there? You
That'd be
get 40.
great.
I could carry
I'll
you.
still on your
Right?
shoulders
so like
and then
I
jump
go
off.
first, I carry you, then you get 30 movement.
You
speed
realize
above.
she's your mount.
Better with a 14.
Oh yeah.
He's a 14 as
Romstar,
well.
who's going first? How are you?
Fenna.
Hey, we got a game plan. I'm gonna carry you into battle.
7.
Onward, steed.
You call her, she's gonna drop kick you off.
Huh?
In the opposite
Jeez.
direction.
I just imagine you with your spear charging, with him with his axe going like this.
Everybody
Warhammer.
just
Oh,
storm.
Warhammer, sorry. I don't know why I said axe.
Fantastic. Look at that. Right in the fucking middle.
Yeah, that's the way it
Warhammer
always
named
goes, dude. You have to
Morden's
leave bigger
Fury.
gaps.
I gotta come up with a name for mine.
There we are. Terrific stuff. With that said, Fenna, you set upon several of these stick figures.
Alright.
Heck yeah.
Where's the good old handy dandy ruler? Thank you, sir. Because I can move.
Well, unfortunately, we need to rely on you for movement.
Okay, so I'm carrying this dude. There.
Where's the color?
She goes there. And then,
There we go.
do I want to just double move it? Because I could double move it.
And his hammer is more infuriating.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We'll just basically double move it to that point. Wait, no. That point. I still had him on my shoulder because he was the
Fabulous.
silly one.
And that's where you're gonna be?
I'm gonna throw a hand axe at the one on the front-ish point.
That sounds good.
Thank you. I thought so. Where is my hand axe? Oh. There we go. Oh, well, I tried to throw a hand axe, missed epically, so nothing. We're just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let him attack first then.
Alright, as you
I'm just gonna spit in your general direction.
mightily
Your mother was a hamster?
And your father
Well,
smelled of
Smith
building
and
materials.
babies.
whip away one of your hand axes, it soars past your mark and lands harmlessly thunking against the wood of the cart.
Beauty, I can grab that later then. Look at that, I moved you right up in there.
As the axe strikes into the spot, you see a hand lift up out of the cart and slowly rises as if reaching for relief.
Oh, is it a person?
It seems to be a human hand.
Cute. Oh yeah, I rage. That's what I forgot to do.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's kinda
You do so. From there over to Bromthar.
Just so I don't get hit.
Alright.
Let them suffer.
I will.
Dooley, I'm not on the board.
Oh, sorry.
He forgot about you.
What did I do with your cat?
You have
It
to
is probably mixed up with the minis from last week.
battle fighter minis.
Because I was using the same name.
Oh, I might have put it away.
Look at how far back we left Atlas. Oh, we're just up in
You
it.
bastards!
We were like, get bent, Atlas. Have fun with your meat shield.
It's okay.
Want me to
Yeah,
look?
because she's just gonna go.
There's Rod. I'm gonna do that. I will add.
By the time I get there, it'll
I miss the
be
guy
over.
who blessed me.
Oh, I haven't blessed you yet. Unless he's gonna do it. Do you even have bless?
Me?
Yeah.
He doesn't have blessed, does he?
I think
I
so.
don't think I have it automatically, but I can if I need it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
there isn't.
But
I'll do it on
Yeah.
E3. I don't need it.
His daggers.
in order for me
So
to
it's
Really?
a
grab
free hand,
less,
look.
I forget what it is. There's
Yeah.
something
I'm
I have to
pretty
get
sure
rid of in order to do that.
It's alright.
like,
No.
You're
no.
the combat
Oh.
of the two.
Other
He's
than
not
one.
the
Oh, it
healer.
doesn't matter. Here,
Oh,
put me over.
fireball.
I guess I'm back there with
Fireball,
them right
man.
now.
Fireball.
Alright, did you want to move in?
Start a
Well, it's my
campfire.
turn now.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry.
Yeah, it's his turn, then yours first.
Yeah, I'm just going to Warhammer attack that guy.
You rush in upon,
And
brandishing your hammer, you swing mightily.
I believe
Cause Nightstorm. Oh, rest on him.
yes, for 20. So
Right.
I hit some.
Yeah, I hear from Bruce pretty regularly.
For 8 damage. You know what? Yeah, just 8 damage.
With an extra?
It's your XP.
And then, my bonus action, I will. What?
It's Lula's comment from the fairy. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, my fairy's a bitch.
8 damage to this guy, and then I will also cast my spirit weapon. Do we have anything for that?
She's in the ruler, sorry?
Oh, the spiritual weapon?
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
I
was
do.
gonna cast it right behind him and then attack him.
Halberd.
Awesome.
And then I real quick here. Thingamabobber is.
Oh. For an 11 to hit.
And misses by one.
Misses by one. Bollocks. Alright.
Bollocks.
And that is his time.
Alright.
It's fine.
Yeah, they bollocks.
We'll give that one a green dollop.
The thing works so well.
It really does.
That's not the one who got hit. Where's the other guy who got hit?
Wait, didn't you just say you hit this guy?
No, the guy that
Yeah, that's not
this
different.
No, the guy he's in front of.
Oh, you got
Okay.
fucked. Never mind. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Well, it's not Green Dollop guy.
Alright, no, it's not that guy. It's the not green.
Oh, look at how watery it is. It's
Oh, it's
just
great.
leaking.
It's fantastic.
You
It's
could-
bleeding for my art. With that said, you rush in there, brandishing your Warhammer high, closing the distance, and wham. With that, it ricochets backwards, rattling them bones, so to speak, as the twigs restructure themselves. The crack kind of like fixes itself, although it's still all splintery. At which point it rakes across you, or attempts to. Its limbs flying towards you, easily just catch a hold of its arm and break the wrist off of it and throw it to the one side. It's stunned as a result. Crit failing, as it were. Just throwing it in there because why not? The one on the other side there,
The green boy.
he's going to open fire with 12 plus 3, 15 versus your AC. As the needles fire out from his fingertips, he kind of does this sort of thing, and pieces of him fly away. 15 misses you.
Oh, yeah.
So it ricochets off of your armor seemingly harmlessly. You kind of just like hits you, and you look back towards where it comes from as it doesn't even seem to care. It's just driven by murderous intent. One in the distance opens up as well for 18 versus your AC. That one also comes in towards you. Several of them miss, some of them hitting, ricocheting off of your armor. Finally, the one in back there, doing the same, misses altogether as the one in the corner. Fires out towards Fenna, only hitting the cart in front of it. As incapable as they are, these ones start to close the distance, rushing in. This one comes out towards and fires with a 17 plus 3 upon your golem.
On my golem?
Yeah,
I don't have stats for my golem. I never got them. I don't know.
that's
what they're
okay.
saying.
You can look up a golem. A flesh golem.
I can look up a flesh golem. Oh my! Wait, does this
Yeah.
mean she's gonna actually
Makes me
rage?
think of Skyrim.
Could I do the same for that animated armor?
I forgot they had him
In
there.
I'm so excited.
in
Maybe it should be useful.
Madness.
I can't
Shibor
for some
Astra
reason.
was the flesh golem. The Shibor
I've forgotten
Astra.
all about that. It's been so long since I played. Fucking
Oblivion, that was the expansion.
Shattered Isles?
Shivering Isles.
Shivering Isles.
Oh.
The flesh golem.
They actually had one in there?
Back in the day.
I've never got to play that
Back
one,
in the
unfortunately.
day.
I'm looking forward to Scablivion
Back in the day.
when they get
I
that
can't
out.
find a golem.
You can't find a flesh golem? Search for flesh golem.
I've been searching for a flesh golem.
Could I do the same for that?
I spelled it wrong. That's why.
It's because you suck.
I was gonna make a comment, but I'm not gonna make that.
Yeah, don't make that comment.
All right.
Well, with that animated suit of armor, is it just animated armor? Like, can I look that
Oh
up?
yeah,
or
that
what?
hits it. Then.
Hey?
Yeah, it hits.
Alright, terrific stuff. And what about that animated armor?
Yeah.
It's way back there.
No, but stat-wise, do you want me to look it up, or is that something you want to have?
Oh, it's a monster. You can look it up. Animated armor, totally.
Okay.
Wait, what type of attack would it be? Because she's got immunities to lightning, poison, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical items that aren't adamantine. So are you actually gonna damage her?
She's got an immunity. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. They count as magical, it's all good. I'm pretty sure, actually. I'm gonna double check this.
They count as adamantine?
No, but they count as magical, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it doesn't count as magical.
Cool.
So you can't damage her, but
Does he have damage? Still a check? Yeah. It was that. Alright. Very good. He opens fire, hitting her. The needles pelting off of her or hitting her skin and doing nothing. They just kind of sit there and then they're pushed out by her flesh and they fall harmlessly away. This moment passes by as Fenna just kind of glances back and there's you can't help but have a look of disbelief wash across your face as you watch this happen. It's
like almost a disbelief, but proud mother duck look
There
in
you
her
go.
face. It's just like, wait a second, what? You're attacking her? And she's like, my baby's got badass skills? Does this mean she gets to roll initiative? Because she's good.
No, she's not damaged or hurt anyway, so
She got
really,
attacked. And so she got attacked.
it's if she's damaged.
Oh, fuck my
Yeah,
life.
and she's not damaged.
I really wanted her to attack something. God damn it.
With that said, the one directly in front of you attempts to hit you, and just as you're like having your proud mother moment, you kind of catch that one and crack off the arm from that one as well. It pulls its arm away and grows another set of hands as the bits splinter out.
I'm just like, can't I be proud in peace?
It's at this point that several others are going to mill their way down from off the hills.
Oh, it's good we know now that nothing really can kill her.
These ones mill up from the woods. These ones coming to right here. This one coming to right here. And this one finally coming over to the rocky. I want to balance them like right about there-ish. So they're gonna open fire. That guy's gonna suck. That guy's gonna suck. And that guy's gonna suck. So with that said, they shoot and hit nothing.
My God.
The other hands against you guys as the camera lands on Nightstorm. How you doing? Whoa!
Careful.
Okay, that's gonna work. So leave that.
Really?
We shall. So say, you're the hero now.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna run forward.
Beautiful.
So I'll use my cat stuff to run forward. I'll run up to
That's
this.
terrible.
I'll run up to that guy, that green guy that's near me. I think I can run that
This guy?
far, yeah.
Hi there.
And then I'm gonna attack him. I'm going to attack. Oh, that's a shitty ass roll. Hold on. What is my attack? That's what. It is +7, so does 13 hit?
13 smokes.
Okay, sweet. Alright, so first hit. Oh my gosh, I have no d6s.
You want a d6? I have one.
Yeah, I've got some here too.
I got like 10 of them.
How many do you need?
This one will be fine. 2 plus
Yeah, 7.
2 plus 4, so I hit him for 6 damage.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna smoke him again. No, maybe I'm not going to hit him. I miss. I highly doubt 9 hits him.
9 does in fact miss him by 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So with that said, this one up on the
That's
hill
2 melee attacks.
is gonna be green with green dollop. Perfect stuff.
You have a bunch of green dogs.
And then
Well, this one's green.
I can just.
And he took 6 damage.
Alright, I'm gonna use that. And I miss. Okay, yeah, that's all I do. I just hit him for the 10 damage. That's 6 damage.
Alright, you rush in with your Wakizashi, I'm assuming this was?
Yeah.
Smashing down into him with your Wakizashi for 6 damage. He rearranges himself, the broken branches falling away from his body. As nothing happens, actually. With that, it's over to Atlas.
Cool. Alright, Alice is going to move as much movement as he can. Do you mind?
And the camera pans over to Atlas to show you making your
Alright.
way over.
Now I am going
That
to.
was terrible. And
Are those
trees
guys
flying
within 30
everywhere.
feet?
Hello? Sorry?
Are these guys within 30 feet down there?
I don't know. Excellent question.
They're either really close or just.
She's within 30 feet. Nobody else is.
Okay, so I'm going to
we're
hold off the
under 40.
blast until I can move next turn. In
Sounds
which
good.
case I am going
He's the guy
to.
next to you.
Yep, hit him.
Here, I'll move your guy up here too.
Yes, please. And I got.
I don't know if it's a
12,
body heat or
I
the
think.
radiator that's actually helping with the temperature in here.
Yeah, it's still very cold, but it could be so much worse.
I'm just comfortable. I have a blanket.
Oh.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm relatively okay.
I got a
Say
10.
more.
I'm pretty sure I missed.
10 misses by 2.
Okay, so I then use my, I instruct my golem or armor to hit him, and they get 2 attacks. You want me to roll?
Yep, go ahead.
Cool. One is going to be with the mace. 17. Smokes him, right?
Hey, Lana.
And then I need to
What?
change his zone.
I've been doing that forever. And my mom
So
gets
he
mad
hits
at me
first
when I
attack
do it
hits
now
him
because
for
she
2.
got pissed.
Okay.
It's going to use its second attack for a slam, and that's a nat 20. So that is the slam is. What is the slam?
I'm doing that.
1d6.
Yeah, I'll get my audio muted for playing it.
I've had mine muted on my stream for
It sucks.
Thursday. It's great.
So that's
I'll end up losing
5
part of my
plus-
official record.
so
Sorry.
that's 7.
7 total?
Oh,
Or 7
yeah,
plus 3?
Yeah. So
So
10
for
to-
10? Terrific stuff.
That's what-
And this is which one you were hitting?
the one right in front of us. Yeah.
This one? Okay.
Feeling
so
torture
that guy-
colors.
Is Bark. That guy's Bark. Remember that guy's Bark.
Okay.
And
Bark.
you did 10 points of damage to him. Good job. Hey, right on, thank you.
Ah, Fennis turn. Alright.
I wish we had some different.
Uh-huh.
So, like, can I shimmy my way over to, like, this side of this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, perfect. Because then I have flanking, technically. Because he's, like, right behind me. And that way, right?
Oh shit! I should have moved in my position to find him.
Or would that work
You mean
as well?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have like him.
Beautiful. Then do that then. So now that I have flanking and whatnot, then.
Whoops.
Oh shit, I'm raging. I could have plussed on that. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just stupid. Can I hit him, potentially, with my beautiful spear?
Come on, get some good rolls.
Or else.
What's that supposed to mean?
Or else we might die. That's all.
Ah, that was not a good roll. Alright, wait, I got this. So 16. Then
Have to go see Santa first.
21 hits, obviously.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I roll shitty, I
Blows
still
them
have
away.
good things. Beautiful. Alright, and this is D8 plus 6. And this is. No, that's not a D8. This is D8.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that.
One more
8
day.
plus 6.
One more day till.
One more day and I'm shaving this all off.
14
Oh
damage.
yeah.
14 damage?
Yeah,
I think that blows
for
my
my
mind.
first
yeah.
attack.
You gotta wait till it gets past the itchy.
No, it's not even itchy.
Oh yeah?
It's not that.
It's just you're not
I fucking hate having a mustache and shit.
a...
I don't mind having a goatee, but cool.
You dead?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna second attack him then.
Oh wait, did you? Is this the guy? No, you did not already hit that.
I didn't hit anybody.
Or cool. Yeah.
I
So
hit
he's
him
taking
for
14 damage, and you're gonna hit him again.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
second attack. Alright, so that one's a hit.
Okay. They're both hit. He's dead.
For 10.
He's very dead. Oh, actually, you know what? We didn't even record anything
So
for him.
24.
Perfect. That's how I like it, people.
Yeah, you guys need to
Uh,
step up your game and get like me, right?
I know, considering I have a.
I'm just gonna laugh at his twiggy corpse
You
And then
cleave
go like
him into
this.
bits.
and point to the one in front of Romthorn and be like, you next.
Fair enough. It just kind of creaks in your general direction. From there, it's over to Bromthorn.
Which he will attack with the Warhammer. That would have been great.
That would have been beauty if it was 20.
I know, right?
No, you can technically roll twice. Wait, no, not really. Never mind.
Well, I'm flanking with the...
Thing, but
I'm gonna get another coffee.
Do we know how many hit points those things have?
mine had 24. Like I killed it at 24. So all you need is
Yeah, 16 more.
It's not very much.
Which I can only do 6, so I'll also add my Searing Smite. Or do I have to say that before I do that?
I don't think you do.
He is out of the room after all.
Yeah, but I don't want to
I know.
be that guy.
I'm not saying do that. I would
There's
never do that myself.
microphones as well, right?
Sorry?
So there's microphones as well, right?
Yeah, and I would never do that, but I'm a big stickler for rules and shit too.
2d6 of Searing
I just wish I knew them more.
Yeah, that's
good.
right.
It didn't work out. Hey, you got 7. 7 out of 12 is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7
pretty
and
good.
6 is 13, which should kill it. Because that'll put it at 21.
Hopefully. Does 21 damage kill his?
1 damage totally kills it.
Beauty.
Smoke it.
Nice.
Smoke it.
So the not green dude gets killed.
And
Which one?
One in
the one
front
in
of
front of Rothar?
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not green dude.
And
Thank
the
you.
and I'm gonna do the other part where it's just gonna basically fly around behind the other guy that's right there.
Is that one?
The green dude?
Or white Windex?
Or do you want the one
this-
because like you could just
and
hit
so-
the other guy
10,
that's right behind your spiritual weapon.
The wind
16.
works really well. 16 smokes it.
Alright. Yeah, the one that's right behind the spiritual weapon. For 5 damage.
For 5.
Yeah.
Who you going after?
I guess it can just sit there for now.
I mean, technically, if you move it, you can get the other guy after that guy's dead.
Well, I figured he's probably gonna run past it anyways, and yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh. Oh, sure. Thank you.
No problem.
Good job
The
of
guy
killing
behind
him.
the spirit weapon is 6.
Did you pretty much get it in one hit, or did it take 2? Or not one hit, but one turn, or
2 turns.
Unless you can suddenly do 21 damage, sort of thing, in one turn.
So
Sounds
Black
like-
Root over there takes 6 points of damage
Yes.
from your spiritual weapon. Terrific stuff. As it cleaves through him. From there, it pans across to show the silhouette of a howling form that walks in through the trees and suddenly charges out, leaping from the rocky top and dropping down in front or in behind where Fenna stands.
Oh my god, is that a werewolf?
No, it's a big barbarian-looking dude, and out from behind him
If
On
you
the
were
horizon
Goliath, Fenna would be
stands a single druidic figure who simply walks in and says, "I leave to take shit, and you come smash my papers! Go!" And his hair like flares out as suddenly Vinery sprouts up where
What?
where Fenna stands with her golem. I need was it a dex save?
Fenna's just looking at him like he's on crack.
This guy comes rushing in towards you. You can see
She just like yells up at him and she's like, "Do you speak common? Use your words!"
where was I here?
Dex check, wasn't it?
Yeah, I need to look up the spell. I needed to remember what it was called.
Ooh, pink or blue dice.
No, it's not gonna be. All right, hang on.
Pink.
always go pink?
Right?
It's a lighter dice.
I want to think of pink.
Oh god.
The pink, I'm not
Non-spells.
gonna finish that.
Oh, it's just called. Okay. I don't have a name anymore. It is a dex save, and in this case with this guy. That's gonna be a, we're gonna say, what level are you guys?
5.
5. 16 better.
Alright.
Come on.
Nah, nope, I fail that.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, is this the wrong spell?
Unless somebody's like,
No, never mind. Wrong spell. It's a strength save anyhow.
oh thank god, okay.
You'll get
And it's still a 16 or better.
Can I reroll it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, no, you don't reroll it. It's just a strength, though.
Oh, okay.
So instead of that bonus, you use your strength.
Oh, thank you.
That's true.
We're
That's
doing
not great.
the saga. I was gonna save mine for that.
Well, that's legal. Now you have inspiration. Go ahead. Oh, that's a shit roll.
Am I allowed to keep it?
It's flat now. It's flat now.
So 16. And then I have +4, so 20.
Done. Alright.
+2 because it's a strength savings throw, so 22.
As the vine sprouts up all around you, and you can also roll for your golem, it
My
drops.
golem actually has to get.
Yeah, your golem's in the
Oh god.
area.
Okay. I don't know what hers is.
Yeah, I can't remember. You can just look at there, but make a quick roll and 6
Oh,
or better.
+4. Beautiful.
Go ahead. Meanwhile,
She fails.
she gets restrained. She doesn't seem to mind.
Oh, she doesn't seem like the type to mind anyway.
This one comes raging in towards you. With 17 plus bonus.
To me?
User,
Yeah.
madam.
That's a hit.
It is.
Obviously. Yeah, obviously.
He cleaves across you for 9 damage.
Half 9, so 5 or 4. You want me to go with the bigger number or the smaller?
What?
5 or 4 am I going?
Oh, you round up.
Okay.
And then he rears back and attempts to do it again, missing as you see the incoming strike and step to the one side. The one catches you off your armor as it cleanly crushes. Oh, sorry. As you catch his arm, he manages to get you to punch yourself in the face, and then you manage to throw him off with the second swing that he takes. And there's your damage. That's it. So from there, it's over to shot with all my guys.
You haven't gone the one except by me, have you?
Have I done my needle dudes? Actually, I haven't done my needle dudes yet.
You
that
can
was
skip
last
their
round.
turn though if you want. That's okay.
Hey?
Yeah, I think that was last round. That you
Yeah.
Needle shots.
So 1, 2. Does 15 hit Fenna?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was gonna do fucking average on this shit. Yippee-doo.
Would you be able to heal a construct?
Oh, shit, so many times.
Otherwise, it might be a I don't know if healing will work on a construct.
It's mending for constructs. Oh yeah. No, I do not have mending.
Shoot, I don't have it either. Is it something we can take, or is it a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Shoot.
As it were, 8 points of damage. This one take 4 points of damage. This one take, I should say.
Next level.
Um,
It's actually one. I wish I had a few of the other.
That guy with a 16 plus 3 on Bromthar.
Ooh.
19 doesn't hit him?
Ooh. I'm 19 without magical thing every. So.
In that case, these guys all fire upon you and just ricochets off of your head. With that said,
But it's just like, that's my best friend!
that was all my dudes. That was all. Oh, no, I haven't done this.
It's like I can.
No, I did roll for him. He also got the 2 last
You
time.
rolled for the guy that was to attack Atlas instead?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
all by. Okay.
I just double rolled him actually, and I got 2 both times. So whatever. That's it. There's a pelting that takes place as Bromthar stands in the middle of it, laughing away. Meanwhile, Fenna gets shot in the shoulder there as she gets raked against by the barbarian, and Cameron swings over to Nightstorm.
Just kinda like, oh my
Oh,
god.
she nat 20s that guy.
All right.
Oh, with a shitty ass roll. Oh, 2 1s. Fuck, that sucks. So 2, it's not a very big roll. 2 plus 4 is 6 damage again.
Okay, this is on
6 damage, dude.
green dude.
Yeah.
So 12.
And then I'm gonna hit him again.
Terrific.
And I actually hit him again. With 10 damage.
Terrific. And with that said, he's done. He explodes away from your 2 strikes as one after the next.
And
You
then
cleft
I'm
upon
going
him.
to move behind the guy that Atlas is fighting to give him flanking.
Hello.
On the
Oh,
other
like
side,
this? Yeah.
Because he goes after me. So.
For that. From there, the camera pans against your amazing tactical maneuver to show Atlas.
Alright, I take my mace and aim smash. Got a 19.
Terrific hits.
Sweet.
Oh, that's not right.
5 plus, I think that's a 1 or 2. So, I'll just tell you the totals. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my armor guy to.
This guy hasn't taken any damage. No, this guy took a 6 damage.
You did?
For the 10.
10 damage. 10 damage?
Yeah.
Bark.
The bark. That is bark.
Yeah, because it's 7 damage I did to him.
Right. So now he's 7 damage more?
No, I'm not attacking him with the other guy.
Alright.
He misses and he hits.
No damage.
Yeah. 5 plus. Sorry, I'm still getting used to his stuff. 5 plus 2, so he does another 7 damage.
Another 7 damage?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry?
14 total.
Yeah, he's dead.
Sweet.
He explodes away as well.
Thanks for
You should move to see Fenna.
Oh, yes, I haven't moved yet, so I'm gonna instruct him and myself to move towards where Fenna is.
Okay.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you for reminding
It
me.
tromps off.
I figured it would because I
30
was like,
feet.
Yeah, as close as I can to get to one of the creatures down there.
the barbarian.
Same with myself, so you put me right beside him. Thank you.
Oh man, if you'd gone on the other side of him, I could have almost had a flanking.
Oh, nice. I'll try and position myself.
Well,
so
actually,
I will-
technically, if I position myself, I can.
Camera pans over towards the other side to show Fenna standing across
Damn straight, bud.
from the barbarian.
Alright. Fenna's just gonna like look him up and down and be like, hey, before stabbing at him with her spear.
Fair enough. You can see veins bulging all over him as he wide-eyedly looks at you with bleary red bloodshot eyes.
If I moved like a little bit over here, could I get flanking? Probably not, because he's like 5 feet, isn't he? Away?
Yeah, no, you can't get flanking from
Alright.
that one.
I don't want to reckless attack him because I know that's gonna fuck me over in the long shot, so I'm just gonna do a normal ass attack.
Sorry
Ass
about
attack! So you turn and fart in his general direction.
I fought in your general direction. It's how I attract my mates. Alright. So,
Count as a blowjob before.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm assuming something over 26 hits.
Yes.
Beauty. I don't know what his AC is. Mine's shit.
I didn't get the infrared one. By the way, that heater, I just got a radiator. Because I couldn't find the infrared one they were talking about. They didn't have it in the store.
is that heater still on?
Ooh, damn! 12 damage!
Is there a way to turn it up?
12?
higher, or?
Yeah.
It's a good hit. It doesn't
And then I'm
kill.
gonna double
Or one
the
that I have.
secondary attack.
Has this guy taken damage? No, this is the barbarian.
Is he raging?
He is
You didn't say he was raging.
He doesn't have the half damage thing. So never mind. He doesn't have the half damage trick.
Can't read the buttons.
Ha! Suck a dick, puny man. He's not even on my level.
Big room, that's all.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yes.
Sorry, so you did how much damage the first round?
12.
12.
12 damage the first one. And then this one's 8 and 6. So
14.
14 and then 20.
Oh, so he's up to
Good
22.
job.
Terrific stuff. Oh, no, wait, what am I doing? 32.
Yeah, 32.
32, that's better. Alright.
I'm gonna like spit in his face.
As you smash into him and then spit in his eye, he rolls backwards and screams in anger and frustration, swinging his axe around
I tell him to
mightily
get better.
and blindly. You tell him, get good in giant. And,
Is he actually like a... Wait, is he actually like my type of barbarian? Like, is he a Goliath?
you take a chance on it, and he seems to understand, somewhat, sort of. And then he just swings around his axe a bunch and does some weird shit where he like kicks it up and gets ready to like come flying in on you, posturing a bunch as the camera pans over to Bromthorn.
I'm so
Just
proud.
Just can't hide it.
Basically, all Fenna does is sing that song to herself every time she gets in a fight. Fenna's kind of like
put a greenie.
sadistic,
I know.
or is it masochistic? She's probably both, actually.
A little healthy amount of both.
Yeah, you know, because she likes giving it and she likes receiving it. So, like, the pain was a pleasant surprise.
I think
There you go.
that's
It wasn't unwelcome. Since you'd be so proud I nat 20 on my second attack on that guy.
Sweet, he needs to die.
It's just a
So-
barbarian, man.
5
still
damage
needs to
against
die.
green-headed
He's
guy.
like 32
The
now.
green-headed guy's taking what?
5 damage.
5 damage? Oh my goodness.
GB. Green boy.
5 more on Green Boy.
Yes.
No, 5 on Green Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then the spiritual weapon. 19, I believe. 18 for spiritual weapon hits.
Yes.
And it does
As you
another-
smash into the guy with the hammer, your spiritual weapon comes out. So
Woo!
smash into the other guy.
And another 8 for the guy at the back.
Black group there takes another 8, bringing him up to 12. And that said,
8 plus 6 is 14.
it is 14. Hey!
Sorry,
Don't you be criticizing. It's fake news, hashtag. If the politicians can get away with it, I can
It's supposed to
too.
be hashtag fake news, not fake news hashtag.
Maybe. Did I say fake news hashtag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
A little off. Alright, we forgive
Kind of
you.
like the 12 is.
I'll live with it.
switch off.
I'm gonna own it. Instead of that
All your
ties in
hashtags,
with
you're
my
gonna have a
narrative.
hashtag afterwards. That thing you're trying to tag now.
I'll just have to rewrite history with the media.
Oh,
It's
that's
fine.
easy to do now.
Yeah, I'll just wrangle the media. That's easy for me to do, totally. But that's it. Camera pans from Bromthorn and his spiritual weapon is one after the next. They hack through the opposition. To show said opposition, open fire once again with another fresh round of barrage that comes upon ye. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fred is so mature. She's just like, get good, cutie man. Not a proper barbarian. You only take full damage. Get on my level.
Does my spiritual weapon get a
Attack of opportunity? It does not.
Okay. I think we've been over this multiple times before, but
First guy misses terribly. Oh wait, all these guys are gonna miss because they all need a nat 20 to hit you. So unless one of them comes up with a nat 20, 17 plus 3 for a 20, does that hit you?
that would my
Oh, okay. In that case,
20,
two of them actually hit you.
And my AC's 20.
2 of them carve through you
I think
for
we had 20.
6 damage apiece for 12 points of piercing damage. From 2 of them total.
12 total.
And with that,
Wait, I think mine is.
this guy closes the distance around on the other side of you.
Oh, he's gonna roll
I'm just
his
curious,
face,
I'm not.
like-
Um,
Venice is gonna be like, so what are yours? Like,
what is
what's
it?
your name?
Gmail is 60.
Never met a barbarian.
That guy gets in the middle of there, and this guy focuses himself.
Was it the shield is 3, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's the shield that does it, so it takes me to 19, and I get to once per long rest, give myself +1 armor.
That's it.
It's fine.
I love the Forge Cleric.
They're awesome.
So are the Tempest Cleric.
That's getting flanked right now. So
Who's this one? Right here?
That's, I don't know.
Is that one of yours?
That's a blight.
Okay, I thought so. And the other guy's enemy.
This guy situates himself there, and he's gonna prep
A mess.
a little something. Actually, you know what? Fuck that noise. He is going to move over towards here, taking cover at the rocks, and he's going to cast out again. Meanwhile,
So dex save again?
actually no, I need another strength save from you because you're still situated in the same spot.
Oh.
Because you're not restrained anyway, right?
What is he casting?
Oh, you still made it anyway. He cast Entangle a while ago, and it's a concentration spell, so he's not
Would
going
it
to do
be
anything
in
with
the
that.
same area that Atlas and them are in right now?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Because they're within the 5
20
feet.
foot, sorry, it's 20 foot square, so...
Yes.
It's
then.
close. I think.
They're within
Yeah.
5 feet of me.
10. Isn't there one more space?
Within range. So you guys might actually be within it. Check that.
Yeah, it should be me. Me and the gold.
You're so eager to get entangled.
He's into that shit.
You know, he was saying so earlier.
He's like, ooh, tie me up, druid daddy. Please,
You're
sir.
not in it.
Please, sir, can I have another?
He's like holding his hands up. He's like, please.
I
sir,
repeat,
handle me.
you are not in it.
Cool.
So,
You see
That's
that
so
look?
disappointed. He looks so heartbroken.
right?
He's
What are you
like, I
guys?
moved behind Feta to give her flanking. Oh
No
no,
more
I
healing for you
failed
guys.
my
You
roll.
guys can die on your own.
What are you talking
Not so
about?
much you.
You're literally
No
just
healing
out of
for
it,
you.
even if I centered it at the
Yeah.
at the point. So no matter what, you're not.
Oh,
you're
it
not
was centered on Feta?
It's not even centered on Fena. It's centered on where this guy's standing.
Does
And
your guy get to
he's
make a check
the
for
blight's immune to it, but the Barbarian's outside it.
Oh, what a little bitch tit.
I know. It was done on
Fuck
purpose.
that guy.
On purpose.
Purpose.
with that all
On
said,
purpose.
That's strong, right?
it's
Everybody has a good time.
where are we then?
You did the true guy.
My guy's moved into position. My Barbarian's taking his advantage. 12 and a 4. 12 plus. What am I at? 12 plus 5.
Oh, that'll hit.
Your
That'll
barbarian, Dooley, your barbarian does not have advantage.
Why not?
The needle blade has to be behind him, not beside him. You have to move
Yeah.
your. Oh,
Hi.
oh, never mind.
Hi, that
I am
one.
just on a different plane right now.
It's all good.
Just ignore everything I said.
Napa level.
Hits you for 9 points of damage, halved to 4 once again.
Oh, how?
Rolls again to swing and a miss. He hits you again, and then the second time you step out of the way of the swing. So this time again,
I'm
another
just
4
gonna
damage.
laugh in his face.
And the blood on the other side of you
What a flesh
attempts to
wound.
rake into you. 10 misses you. The one in the middle there is going to open up on... Oh, what am I doing? He doesn't get advantage. Mrs. Atlas with a quick rake.
Next
here?
man,
What
try
about
the shovel.
Atlas's? Oh yeah, never mind. You don't get double attack.
We're over here. This guy again. Fucking cantrips. Bullshit.
Eldritch Blast!
You can send your golem behind
Bullshit.
the blight,
That's what
and
I'm
then
gonna
put
do
you
too.
behind the
Oh, I can't
barbarian,
click
so
and
then I
just
have
get
double
all
the
those
advantage. So
spells.
if I hit the barbarian and get him dead, then I can just turn around and smack the other guy.
Yep.
Beauty.
So, yeah.
Alright.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't have Morgdorn out here. What do you mean yes?
No, I know. You said, oh god, and I said yes.
No, I said Morgdorn.
Oh, this-
What? Are you okay?
oh, great.
You know what? He is going to situate himself at that extent there. No, is that 30? Yeah, he'll...
I think not.
There, he goes to there.
You
I think not.
Rushing in upon that location, he starts weaving around a bunch of fingers and muttering or shouting out arcanic words. You see lightning charge around him.
Oh, like
His hair stands on end.
Fuck me.
But nothing goes off as he's sitting there. He's kind of like getting all dramatic and weaving it and shit, but he hasn't let it fly yet. From there, the camera pans over towards where Nightstorm is situated.
Get him, kitty cat.
Let's see.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I'm going to use. Wait, I can't. Oh wait, I can use a key point. And then
Yeah,
I can
key
use
point.
dash action to rush up to this guy. I'll
Just
make
punch
it.
him in the throat.
That doubles my movement. And
Throat
I'm
punch
gonna
is the way to
slash
heal
him.
anything. Search your dominance.
Yeah,
Always
I was
makes me
just gonna
think
say
of
the Matrix.
fucking the Matrix. Yeah, totally.
Does a 17 hit him?
Totally hits him.
Okay.
Smokes him in the back.
And
Throat
then,
punches
oh
him.
my god, this whose is this? You can have your it
Here.
keeps rolling one.
Take this thing away from me.
So I hit him for 3
I don't
damage.
know.
Or no,
6.
You can re-roll it since you have rejected the die. Oh look, it's a 6.
My dice is magic.
so I hit him for 10
Bad
damage.
dice, bad.
Alright, for 10.
You need to
And
be
then
punished.
I'm
Which
gonna
one was this? Sorry.
use, and I already used my bonus action, so I can't Fury of Blows him.
Oh, this is a druid. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So.
And then I hit him again with my unarmed attack.
And then you come rushing in. He's like,
Why does he
Or
sound like
6.
he's
And
on
then I
drugs?
because he's high on magic.
and then I
He's
hit
sorted
him.
a big fat bag of magic.
He doesn't have one of those pies
I
in
hit
his
him with-
pocket that he's been.
I hit him with my unarmed attack next for 6 more damage.
Shit, you punch him in the face. That's really bad.
I'm just glad that
How
I
much?
was good
How
at
much?
this.
Six.
So I did 16 total.
Sure.
Not bad.
And then I can't really do more because that was my actions. Dash was my bonus with my key point.
Do you want me to move them for you?
Yeah, you're
Alright, so
Exactly
you were
what you
going
said,
here,
yeah.
and then you were going.
Alright, so use 1 key point.
Oh, no accidents abound.
There you go.
Oh, you're still going. You still got your key
I
points going.
step of the wind him. That's what I did.
Well,
Can't remember
at
what
least
it
you're
was
good
called.
for when it happens.
Yep.
Oh, my plank get unraveled from doing that. Why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
My legs got cold, and I was like,
You bastard.
no, okay, so like I put on extra tight leggings. Like, not extra tight, extra thick. They're tight
No.
still, but like, they've got some, like, some material.
Alright,
to
so
them.
sorry. As I was fucking around with some noises there, what was everyone doing?
Oh, Atlas move.
Right on. Atlas rushes in upon the opposition.
All right, Atlas kind of mumbles
fuck
some
are
word
you?
to himself.
Atlas is behind
Oh,
her.
there you are.
Yeah. He's all shunted into that.
I quite literally could not see.
But he's
where I was
got
situated.
advantage now.
Fennis some good
Yes, he does.
Fabulous.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you rush in with some flank support.
His meat suit's giving flank support behind the one blade, so like he has to
Yeah.
roll for it.
Meat suit. It's
Save that.
that's steel armor. Silence. Where are
Does he?
you?
Because he's in the thing now? The meat suit behind the blade? Yeah, meat suit.
Did not take you. I see.
It's not a meat suit, it's a suit of armor. What are you talking about? Meat suit.
It's a dead head, it's a meat suit.
Is the head still in there? The head's not even in there
No, we
anymore.
took it out after it all rotted.
Where's the head now?
It's sitting in Lady Walker's fireplace.
Is that where she put it?
It's like, you know what? There's a camera
I
cut
love
that
the
shows
show.
the
I
eye
didn't take
pop
it.
out of the head.
Oh, they're not some meaty suit of meat.
You know, it's so bloody and there's like bits of congealed face in there.
Yeah, it's a meat suit.
So,
Congealed
mumbling
face.
some
Just-
words to myself, I bless
Good.
3. So, and then I instruct the metal man to attack the creature of the blind in front of him.
Sounds good.
With advantage. Where's the other die? There. 18 plus something, so it's a hit.
Okay, fair enough.
4 plus 2, that's for that. 9 plus.
Does me attacking the druid interrupt his hand signaling thing?
Does it? Sorry?
Does me attacking him interrupt his ready spelly thing he was doing?
Oh, sorry, yes, thanks for reminding me, by the way. As you come rushing in, you slash into him, and as he finishes saying kitty kitty, the camera pans to show Atlas come in upon the opposition as we hear a sudden and a wow as you roll dex save.
Oh, I might be okay. Let's double check.
Oh, it's, what is
Is 14 or 13
I'm
hit?
using a lucky on that. Okay.
Please don't. What a shit roll.
It's a dex. Where's my dex?
What is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
I can read it to you.
No, it's
4
fine.
plus 6, so 20.
Fuck. You take 6 points of damage. Unless you have evasion and take none. It's area of effect.
No. I
Okay,
don't
you
think
take
so.
6 points of
I'm
damage.
not a rogue. I would have. I don't even think you have evasion as a rogue yet. Right?
Oh, you're a monk, that's
I
right.
am a monk. I'm monkey monk.
I mean, if you were a monkey, it would be even cooler.
Sorry, it's just I keep mixing up all your different cats.
Yeah, I have 3 of them right now.
You're a crazy cat lady as far as
I
D&D
am.
standards go.
I'm gathering. I'll
It's
have
amazing.
one of every class.
I like Ash's look of like completely like, what the fuck?
I'm assuming you have one in Monday's game.
No.
No, I
She
haven't
played
played.
2 of them for the Battle Royale.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as we were
Is that
then,
a rogue and
you rush in upon.
So cast bless for myself on these 3 guys. Then my guy hits one of them. I think he got a 19 or something.
Yeah,
Got 6 points
How
of
much
damage.
damage?
6.
You want to reckless me?
And then the next one does 13 hit.
13 does.
All
I
right.
honestly just went and talked, and then I was like, oh, I see on.
Oh shit, that's great.
Because your brain's working so hard, right?
So
No,
a total of 9 points of damage on the bless or the light that is right behind
I was
me.
gonna take a nap before D&D, and
That's
then I
Black
didn't
Root.
get to.
Is that Black Root? That's Black Root.
Here's my
19 damage.
No,
You do get evasion at 7.
We're like, we're here to
Four,
save
wow.
3, 9,
Cool.
9.
9 points. Okay, terrific. He's dead.
Nice.
He explodes away as your suit of armor rears around and wham! Smashes through him. He explodes backwards and dies a second later in a pile of brambles.
And that is my turn.
It's missing the Jaeger. For Jaeger pump.
And
That's for my shit.
So that's
The tequila
BR. It just exploded.
that is Blackbeard died.
Cool. Sorry. Just making sure that's all the spiritual weapons attacking.
Was it Fenna?
I do believe the camera has gone from Atlas to Fenna, yes.
Beautissimo. I'm going to go after the barbarian
I
again.
like evasion.
With my snazzy spirit of epic awesomeness.
Sounds good.
Oh, has it said anything about this guy? You know, because it says things occasionally. Like, it'll be like, yes, rage. Or like, imposter.
If you were to focus, there's not much other than like a little bit of a humming noise coming from the spear.
51. 30. I'm gonna assume something over 30 is a hit, yeah.
Yes.
Beauty. Oi, why'd you turn off? Thank you. 12 damage. He's not done yet?
12 damage that strikes into the one directly.
In front of me.
This one right
No,
here.
other one.
This
Barbarian.
one. Oh, yeah, the barbarian. 12 damage thing in him does
To the
not kill him
32.
yet. Yeah, no, it doesn't kill him yet.
Okay,
so
double
you have to
attacking.
44. As you rear around, he reaches up to grab a hold of your
I
arm as
dropped
it comes
my thing.
phasing in upon him. Smashing down with your elbow
Right.
into him, you crush down upon him and punch him in the
4,
face,
so 7.
bringing the axe to bear down through him.
Wait, actually. 16.
Mathing.
It's over 20, that'll hit, right?
Oh, it hits you.
Oh, beauty.
15, I think you said earlier. 15.
Oh, I don't know on the barbarian.
Oh, right.
Both him and the druid are 16.
Another 8 damage, sir.
Perfect.
Bringing to 52. He rears backwards
Wait,
from
he has
this.
more than 52 health?
Yeah,
How the fuck did he get more than 52? Oh,
he's a monster.
he put lots in concentrate.
He's not a character. He's a monster.
I'm so mad at
So to
this.
speak.
This is so stupid. Why does he get
He's
more
weaker
health?
than you, but tougher than you. I know.
Why does
It's
he get more
crazy,
health
right?
than me? This is dumb.
It's
Well,
terrible.
at least he's not doing 50 damage to you. It could be worse.
Yeah, his damage
Yeah,
is
because
like
he
a...
can't. Well,
Right.
he doesn't get the
Yeah.
rage thing
Mr.
that I
Burns.
get.
He's heavy pettings in comparison to.
It could be
But
worse.
that's
How
just
much
like-
damage did you
do? Oh, that's
Savage
cool.
and
Another year, that's nice.
repeatedly
That's
in
good. It's
different
a
spots.
fucking game of heroes.
Why
It's
won't
cool.
you die?
Seriously.
Just like raging every time, like he doesn't end up falling to the floor dead. Like it gets more and more intense.
New veins find ways to pop out of your forehead.
They're like popping out on everywhere, like
Yeah,
every
exactly.
muscles rippling, like
Looks like a Ren and
veins
Stimpy
that
painting.
nobody thought were there. I'm like, you know, the boobs and everything's like popping out. You know, like the I don't think you're happy enough Ren and Stimpy thing. Like,
Yeah, totally. Just
he's just
hulking
like
out.
smacking or something. Just, why would you fucking die?
With that all said,
Happy.
Vena smashes into the barbarian in front of her, repeatedly attempting to take him down. As he resiliently, stubbornly stands, the camera pans to Brumthar.
I'll just attack the green-headed guy.
GB.
10, 16.
16 hits.
Let's try a different one. See if that does any better.
I would have let you use my die, but I don't know which die you're using.
D8.
Oh, here, man. Do you want to use it?
Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's see. Nice.
Nat 8.
So
Look at that. My
that's
dice has proven to be better.
11 damage
You're
to
welcome.
him. Why, thank you.
I just
I'll
have
use that for
superior
next one.
dice.
I want them. So
I actually got them from like the game store in Redland.
Oh, Quantum?
Mhm.
Nice. They're pretty good.
I chose them because they looked pretty.
I'll have this guy just come up to that one.
Okay.
Attack him.
Sorry, this is spiritual weapon?
Yes.
You need D8.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Don't forget, you guys have bless, not your.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have bless.
Here you
No, I gave you guys bless.
Oh. Okay.
Doesn't work for that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
go. Oh, let's get that day.
Where'd it go? For 4 damage to the guy next to Bronzar.
That's the
Hey,
first
man,
damage
you
that
got
was
eight the
taken.
first time.
Yes.
Someone working
New
out.
bark.
That new arc.
It's just a sapling.
Sorry, 4?
Yes.
4 damage. Very good.
I'm just gonna call him Groot.
That's right, that works. So cool. Your spiritual weapon floats into position, gives it a quick smackening as Bromthorn does a what now?
Was 11 damage to the guy with the green just with his hammer.
And I think that's this guy here. 11 damage brings him to 16.
And then
You
it
had more than
was.
11 damage for that, didn't you?
That was the first one, yeah.
I thought you had more than 11 because you rolled a nat 8, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
got 3
Oh, okay.
extra damage.
I was like,
From
what?
a magic hammer. Normally it would only be 2, but because it's a magic, it's an
Maybe I'll just have Fenna go rip a tree out of the ground and throw it at someone.
like Kong on Skull Island.
Yeah. Basically, just throw a tiny tree. Actually, I wonder if you can use trees as like a weapon.
It would be like an improvised,
Yeah.
probably.
Improvised or
Wouldn't it be like
Club.
a special type of improvise though?
heavy one.
I'd imagine it would kind of almost be like a giant boulder sort of thing.
Probably, yeah. Could be.
Slightly less than that.
How much hit points do these things have? What are they? What are they?
Does.
The
What?
little brutes? What are they that we're fighting?
Oh, I have no idea, man.
Whites?
Light.
Lights. Alright.
He is a butcher.
No, I don't want to hit that button.
Yes, you do.
No, what's the one where I want to be?
Naughty button.
I like the naughty button.
Let's alright. Where were we then?
Night Storm Storm. Or was it yours?
It is your turn.
It is. Yep. Well, the guy in front of you is going to take his mighty swings.
Do you want me to roll a strength save?
Oh, yes, if you could, actually, please.
Would Atlas's suit of armor
Yes, your suit of armor is, in fact, in the area of entanglement as well.
It's
Oh, and I have to make a save for my druid, which I saved, actually, so that's alright.
strength save would be just add your strength, right?
Yes.
15?
You're not going to be... Actually, you might be proficient. Check your character sheet.
What would it be proficiency in?
The save.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
can be proficient
So,
in an attribute towards a save.
I crit fail that.
That's okay. Crit fails don't account for, but point being is your total probably comes into less than
I did
16,
charm.
It does.
which means
I think
the tentacles
it's
finally
8.
managed to take a hold of you.
Would this be paralyzed or?
Restrained.
Okay, no, not. But I did get a 15, so I don't.
Okay, in that case, your armor is restrained,
Okay.
and
And what does that mean? It just can't move.
yeah, its movement becomes 0, and attacks against it, I'm pretty sure, have advantage. I just double check this actually.
Hey, Bob. Hey, big boy.
It's Bob over here.
Yeah. I was petting
Thank
him
you, yeah.
upstairs and he followed me down.
With that all said,
He's very low right now.
managed to hit you once, and the blade on the other side managed to hit you twice.
Who's this directed towards?
So, Fenna is struck from the one side for 9 damage by the fellow's axe as he rears back and brings it towards you. You try to step around it as the tentacles are grabbing a hold of you on either side.
Wait,
Managing,
there's tentacles?
yeah, coming out of the ground and grabbing a hold of you.
Oh.
So, point
Alright.
being though, as you step around the first swing and then suddenly receive the second one, taking 9 split in half to 4 points of damage, the twig man on the opposite side hits you twice for 6 damage, plus 6 damage,
So just
half
6.
to 6 damage. So you've taken 10 points more damage this turn. As those guys conclude their attacks upon you, actually the one guy in the corner will open up on you as well.
What?
That's going to be a 17
Did you say
plus
that?
bonus
I got you.
for another 3 points of damage. So you take another 3 points of damage.
Another 3?
Another 3.
How hurt? Yeah.
Halfsies.
Okay. We'll get you. Oops, that is not the right one.
I thought I'd ask, you know?
Yeah.
Seemed like
You made your save last turn, yeah? So
4.
you made your turn, your dex save last turn.
Yes, I did.
Okay, terrific. Make me another one.
Okay.
As he unleashes another barrage. No, that's not right. Sorry?
I'm just trying to decide if I'm.
I know what I could have done then.
Does
Are
it
you within
12?
melee range of me?
If I
12
did
is
that,
not
if I
dodging.
had the-
17 points of damage explodes through you and you're blown back 10 feet.
How are you-
Weapon.
How are you guys with health?
I think everybody else is fine and dandy.
I'm 15 of 38 now after
Oh,
taking
never mind.
17
You-
damage.
He's fine.
Yeah, I'm still at like 36.
I've thrown back 10 feet.
Okay.
Ending up next to the
activated
barbarian.
Masculine word.
You're just like, yeah,
At which
And then
point
he's
this
going
guy
out.
rushes away, closing the distance. Actually, he's gonna jump into the cart, taking cover.
It'll work. It'd be a druid. So we fucking fireman.
How far can I go? Where's my ruler there?
Right behind you.
Double check my distance here. I was here next to you. Yeah, that's just literally where I can make it to. So he leaps into the cart and goes to a knee, taking cover against the sides. He then commands these guys to close the distance on Fenna
Why?
because you're wrapped up. Practically speaking, it makes sense for them.
Just because Fen
You
is
get attack of
into some
opportunity, Bromthorn.
kinky bondage shit.
I get an attack opportunity, I will take it. Sorry.
Take it like a
Just
champion,
get-
buddy.
Just the one guy,
You get it on any of them.
Nat 20.
Alright, perfect. Who do you
Nice.
want it against?
Sorry?
There was 3 separate lights that
Oh, okay.
Just do the green guy.
Because there's.
Green guy.
Yeah, I'll just do the green guy because he's still running, right?
Oh, you just can.
With an at 20, it'll kill him. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that guy
It's dead.
explodes
It's dead.
into pieces as he rushes off. The others who close the distance, they're going to make attacks. They're going to hit. You're going to take 6 damage. Well, half to 3 on the first guy. Second guy hits. He misses, actually. Comes rushing in. And 3 points more damage. That brings you to 16 total for that round. That's it there. And the druid ends up over there. The barbarian already took his turn. I'm pretty sure that's all my blights.
Fen is just gonna like wink at the barbarian.
That's me. He pinches his nipple in response.
Really?
With that said, it's over to...
That's like the hottest thing
Next
I've
one.
seen on here.
He actually pinches it, carves it off, and flicks it at you.
Since
I'm
I'm
gonna put it in my
I'm
my barbarian. I'm gonna attack him.
Alright, terrific stuff. You rear back
Oh
and
my
move forward.
God, I'll miss.
You'll miss.
Yeah.
You
there's-
valiantly rush in there and dutifully miss the
Nothing
target.
was happening.
Accomplishing nothing the moment passes by.
Dude, this is like a diamond
Harmlessly.
gangbang over here. Like they're in a diamond shape.
That's pretty sweet,
They're
yeah.
like
It's
gang
pretty
bang.
awesome. It's great. So with that said, camera pans on to Atlas.
Alice is going to bonus action heal Fenna
Yay,
for a
thank you.
third level.
Who gets so fucking blurry?
Healing word.
Take it. Bravo!
8, 9. It's 13. 1 second, I forgot how this works.
Are you ignoring me? How rude.
Gotta do the pss, pss. Oh, there you go. Now you got his attention.
Bravo. He's like, no, I'm ignoring you.
He's waiting
So
for
you
the
get
door to open
18
now.
health back, Fenna?
His
18?
mark went out. Now he's like, I want
Thank you.
Alright, and then I'm going to attack with advantage the thing between the two of us.
Oh, the
What are you
barbarian.
doing? What are you doing?
And I got an 18 plus something. Does that hit?
That's what you're doing.
Alright, cool. Oh shit, damage though. That is a 3, and then I'm getting my. So that's 3 on the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
And now the armor is going to attack.
With the blade.
He's waiting there
Yeah,
the
the
whole
blight.
time for you to come back to sneak out.
He hits with an 18. So that's fine. Trying again a second. But
Oh, here, stop turning my thing on. My phone is dying.
You have that charge burn?
9. So
What?
he misses second
Okay.
attack. So 5 points of damage to him.
5 points total?
Yeah. Plus the damage I did on the other guy, the barbarian. Oh, shit. I can't use the weapons on barbarian. That was not 20.
Just to recap, which one are you hitting?
Hitting the blight for
Blackroot? What?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
This guy's not Blackroot, this guy's green. He
That's
hasn't taken
armor.
any damage yet.
Oh, yes.
Where's
Has
the
he?
suit of armor?
Oh yeah, right, they bludgeoned him. So he is not this one. Is New Bark?
Nope.
No, that's not New Bark.
Yeah, because
He's
he's already
right
taken
up there.
at least 2 hits. Well, 1 hit.
Yeah, he took 1 hit, but I don't see him up there.
No, I don't think that guy's taking damage.
He must have, because what else was I attacking?
Yeah, he attacked him.
The armor did the 4 damage on him.
Yeah.
No, the armor.
But I wrote it on New Bark, because New Bark took 4 damage as well.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
New Bark
but-
was one of the other guys inside there.
This is New Bark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the armor attacked whatever was in front of
You can
it.
just call him an NGE.
Just add it to whoever.
New Bark. 4 damage, and then another, sorry, how much?
That was it. The other attack missed. Unless you count the one on the floor.
Oh, you just did 4 damage as well?
Yeah, my character did, fuck, now you made me lose track. Okay, so that was, 1 plus, yeah, that's 3, so 4 damage, and then my character did, like, 3 damage, I think? I don't know, I've lost track. I think I'd written it
So
down.
4 damage to NGB and then 3 to the barbarian.
Terrific stuff.
It's
Barbarian.
probably more, but I honestly don't care. We'll kill it eventually.
Alright. So your armor bludgeons once again into the
That's
twink
in-
man, causing more of his brambles to fly away as Atlas rears back and chops down into the barbarian, who catches a hold of the wrist but manages to get cut all the same. Catches you by the wrist but gets cut by your blade all the same. No, wait, what are you using? You're using the fucking hammer. Catches you by the wrist but still takes a hit in the face. There you go. Done and done. He gets smashed for the 3 damage as he tries to defend himself. Failing to do that. It was
Fenna
sweep from
turn.
your expression to show Fenna on the other side.
Joy.
Would I get an
There
advantage
you go.
still because I have flanking, or no because I'm tangled? Or do I?
You are restrained and
I
would have
don't
disadvantage.
I think there's disadvantage.
Actually, I don't think you do have
I think it's just your movement is 0.
And there's advantage on you as well. But,
Oh, that's alright.
what's this? I had the rules. Thanks. You have Oh, no, you do have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, and then is it grapple? We keep getting restrained and grapple confused, I feel.
No, we don't, because I'm pretty sure grappled makes a creature restrained.
No, they're 2 separate conditions.
Or you have to take the feat to restrain a creature.
Um,
Yeah, it's when you have the wrestling feat, you can
Over 25 hits, yeah?
Yeah.
Beauty. So the first one is 9 damage. 22. That's a hit. 18 damage total.
Nice.
It dies. Wait, sorry. The barbarian? Is at 55. Yeah, he does.
Beauty. I'm gonna spit on his corpse and say he tried. And be like, at least you tried, and like pat him a little bit.
Laughs at this with a hearty,
guffaw.
Hearty thundering guffaw. Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm just good at some terrible words.
Guffaw works. From there, there's a feed for this. What the fuck?
So close to you. I think the only thing that's cold is my feet right now.
My nose is freezing for some reason.
My nose isn't for once, and I'm always cold.
It's cold. It's getting colder.
This is gonna make this really awkward.
Reading something up?
Yeah, never mind. Sorry, it was something else altogether.
I killed
Where are we
Barbarian.
then? Yes, you kill the barbarian as your axe embeds itself in his chest.
Not axe.
No, what the fuck are you using?
Spear.
Your spear
You made it
embeds
laugh.
itself in your embeds itself in his chest. The sucking chest wound explodes with blood a moment later, geysering, fountaining all over the place
I'm
as
gonna
he
look at
falls
the
away.
druid too and be like,
As he falls back down on the
I don't know if
ground,
that'll
you glance
intimidate
over
him,
your
but-
shoulder past the twig men to see him on the other side of the spiritual blade. As the camera pans away from you to show Bromthorn standing next to him.
I can attack him from where I am, or do I have to get into the...
You're 5 feet away, yeah.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is...
Okay, you float the blade up over that.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
sure.
yeah.
there we go. I'm adjusting myself so I can sit on my feet so I can
Are you warm? Nothing? No?
Under the blanket? Yeah, totally. Just my toes is.
That radiator is not very good.
No,
that
it's
radiator
not.
is shit.
You can always take it back.
I'm gonna totally take it back.
Where'd you buy it from?
Home Depot. It'll go back easily enough. I gotta find a proper heater.
So, does 14 hit him?
14 misses, actually.
Misses? Okay.
By 2.
I could
Alright,
hit you with the good old blessing. Hit me
Oh,
with.
wait.
You guys are using your bless?
Does my spiritual weapon use bless?
Oh, yeah.
With
At
some
least,
of my
at
attacks and
least in all
stuff?
my previous rolls,
okay.
even if I had used
Yeah, 'cause
glass,
that's what it was
I
that
would have
time.
failed it anyway, so I did not
That's
miss
too
it
bad.
anything.
This time it's Bromthorn.
That's good at least.
I do have to remember that I have it because it could come in late. I should just put it here and there. Now I remember.
You need to have a place in D&D Beyond where you can mark it.
It has like some stuff, but it doesn't
Oh,
have, like,
do you
there's
guys
no
know
place
about
for-
the dancing wizard on D&D Beyond? It's Gandalf kind of doing this with his staff. You have to click at a certain point. I'm just waiting for him.
16?
Hits.
Hit?
Click
Okay.
there where my mouse is. Mouse is right there. And it shows up.
Oh, haha, cute.
Apparently I'll make your actual portrait do something funny, but I can never get that to work.
Easter eggs.
Yep.
And I'll add a Searing Smite to it as well. Let's just do 6. 4. 6. Really? That's it?
You're doing good, man. I'm proud
For
of you.
9 damage.
9 damage?
Yeah.
And this is against the druid there.
Druid, yeah.
As you, this is with Bromthorn?
Yes.
So you're closing the distance on him on the other side, right?
Yeah. Oh, like this one, yeah.
Yeah. Bring him to 25 points. As you smash down into his shoulder with your hammer from over the other side of the cart. You can't get a full swing through, but still manage to crack down through his bones as he shouts out in pain and glee as he sees you close the distance on him. Camera pans across his face as he suddenly says a few words, and once again, you can make me a dex save.
Oh no.
He explodes out the back of the cart and splintering wood flies past you. No, not you. It's Bromthorn this time. He's not next to you.
Oh, thank God.
16.
16?
Yes.
Meets it head on as he puts everything he has into this one.
Do you need me to heal you next round?
For 21 points of damage, split to 10.
Maybe I might be able to make it the round.
It explodes against you. Shards of wood fly around as he shrieks out.
10 damage.
Yeah, 10 damage total.
At least it didn't catch your beard on fire, question mark?
Not
Fire
this
is
time.
dark and then light, right? At the top.
What?
Yeah, fire gets brighter on the top than it does
He
on the bottom.
turns tail and starts to run.
Can I take an attack of opportunity since he moved?
Yep.
So 6, 17.
Hits.
Yeah.
Camera pans against the scene to show him making his way away from you as fast
8
as
more
he can
damage.
carry him. You smash into him one last time as he carries himself away.
We need
That's 33
sentinel.
damage.
We need somebody with
He's still
sentinel.
rushing away.
Stop.
With that, the camera pans to Knights. Oh, sorry, actually, wait a minute. How about everybody else?
No, they can not do anything. It's
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's also got to make.
Because he's running away,
Shit.
am I out of the tanglement?
He actually fails one of his saves, so the tangles disappear.
Yes.
At which point he will, he does his Thunder Wave and books it. And all of my
Fucking
blights
Thunder
are going
Wave.
to take their swings. And there's going to be. Oh, that's not blinking? Okay, cool. There's going to be 1 hit. There's going to be 1 miss. Wait, what's your AC?
14.
Okay, yeah, there's going to be a miss. And then there's going to be a swing, and another hit. So you take 6 points of damage.
UT.
So turn. It's over to Nightstorm once again.
I'm going to attack this blight beside me. I am going to hit it. And I'm going to do 5 damage.
Terrific stuff.
I'm going to hit him again. And I'm going to do 10 damage, so 15 damage to that guy.
Just to clarify, the barbarian is dead, right?
10 damage, and then this is on
The blight beside Nightstorm. That guy. Yeah.
Ubark. So 10 damage?
15.
15, so 19 now. It's dead, actually. It explodes away as Nightstorm rears back and opens up with a pair of quick and deadly strikes.
How badly are you hurt?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Now. I'll be okay.
So if you can move me 1 forward towards the blight.
Well, I wasn't done yet.
Or sorry, so if you can move me.
And then I run at this guy.
Okay, you're not done? Okay.
Well, now I am. That's fine.
Okay, so if you could move me diagonally so that.
Like this?
Yeah, thank you. And that's still a guy in front of my armor, so my armor's gonna go first. He hits at 15. That's 4. Let's do it again. That is a 11.
11 misses by 2.
So he got 4 damage on the guy in
What's
front of
I
him.
can't believe they ruined my app.
Oh,
He got 4 damage in the guy in the front of him.
okay.
The
Um,
NGE.
And then Atlas is gonna attack. And I got
I think
a
it's so
17
leaky.
something,
Holy cow.
so
Hey?
I got a 17. 3
To hit the guy in front of Atlas.
3 plus 2, 5 points of damage on it.
Okay. And that's another 5 points on that guy. Okay.
Yep. And as a bonus action, I am going to. You can't summon your. It's a little too late right now, but I'm gonna do a first
We'll call
level.
it Brown Bark, I guess.
What are you trying to summon?
What's your health? Depending on what she says with her... Actually, I'm just going to do it anyways. I'm throwing a healing word towards her. 4. Okay, I'll tell her what the health is later. My turn is on.
Okay. From there, go back over to them.
Oh, I do have it.
Okay, so I'm going to go at the blight behind me, aka the one between his awesome meaty meat suit and I.
Okay, sounds good.
So I get to, you know, the whatchamacallit thing, so you can roll an extra advantage.
Mhm.
Oh, terrible rolls. Actually, not so terrible. 10. Oh, no. This just turned off in time. Okay, so 20 hits.
Okay, yeah. Smokes him.
Beauty. Oh shit, alright. So first one's 7 damage.
Okay.
Then second attack. Oh. Is a hit. And then so it's a 7, and then there is a 14.
14.
14 and a 7.
So 21 points of damage. Right. And this is.
To Blight. He's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. It's smoked.
Yeah.
So this
I
one right
actually
here.
don't know when he would have died, because I could use part of my attack on
Yeah,
that
in
guy.
truth, if you're attacking the green one
Yeah,
here,
that guy. So
the
the first one
attack will
was
wipe him out.
So can I use the rest of that attack
Yeah.
on the guy to the side?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'll hit that guy then. To my
That's fine. He hasn't taken any damage.
yeah. So he takes the fuck. What was this?
Actually, no, wait a minute. Where's Newbark in this? That is Newbark.
Yeah, I'll hit Newbark.
So never mind. He's no Newbark died. Newbark came up to 19 damage and died. So no, that guy hasn't taken any damage.
So
No, that guy's he's fresh.
Newbark.
New Newbark. Terrific.
Alright, and
how
he
much
was-
damage? That was then 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 damage onto that guy. Cool. On that note, I gotta piss. Blue moments.
Oh, okay, cool. That's the tabaxi. Sweet.
Yeah, hey Mark. Do you want to carve up a bunch more roaches?
Yeah. Oh, ow, that's my rubber arm. Actually, that's going to be one of my next tattoos. Getting the chemical equation for rubber.
Oh really?
Tattooed on the back of my arm.
I
Okay,
think
Even
it's-
my rubber arm.
I'm honestly probably just gonna
You've
keep
never
going
heard
with
that?
bird tattoos and do like an owl next, like a geometric owl.
Nice.
Because I have one on my shoulder right now.
Yeah, like,
Not an owl, but like it'll be my goal.
that's sweet. Oh,
Have you seen
what
it?
is rubber arm?
It's like, oh yeah, let's go out drinking. Well, I really shouldn't. So the idea is that you twist someone's arm. But if it's a rubber arm, it doesn't need any twisting. It's already going
It's,
like this.
it's like on my shoulder, so I'd have to like casually lift my shirt up a bit.
I won't look.
There you go.
It's really
It's okay.
easy to do, man. I can just casually go like this, then nobody on the stream sees anything.
There you
I'm
go.
a genius. No, it's like
Oh, okay, so it's behind. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. From what I can see.
thank you. Casually shows on the shoulder. How scandalous.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Our 18th
Yeah,
century
so I was like, oh, I
values
can
have
go
been
and do like
broken.
bird tattoos because that one was my first one.
72.
It was like a random decision. I like walked in a week before, and I'm like, okay, I want a tattoo. And he's like, great, come back in a week. And then I got it done on Father's Day, and I went home to see my parents to wish my dad a happy Father's Day, and I was like, hey, look what I did. And he's like,
No.
and my dad was chill. My mom was
Oh, he
mad.
was?
My dad could care less, so could my little brother. And my mom was pissed at me because she's like, why didn't you fucking invite me to come with you?
Oh, she just wanted to come.
Who doesn't?
No, so like my mom and I don't get along. That's why I didn't tell her. I didn't even told my dad before that I was like thinking about a tattoo, and he's like, sounds cool. See it when you get it done eventually, and I was like, solid. Whereas my mom always judges me, so she'd be like, over my dead body.
That can be arranged, Mom.
Basically my life.
I
But
know
yeah,
how
I
to
was
kill
like,
people now.
oh, a
I've been to
geometric
Dungeons and
owl would be like a
Dragons.
really cool like ribside tattoo.
Yeah.
I still don't know people.
It's
how-
either a geometric owl or fuck, what was it? A magpie with a
Color
treasure
or-
chest underneath it. I've got all of mine in black and white except for watercoloring in certain spots, so I'm thinking of keeping that going.
That's cool.
Like my bird on my shoulder has
green, blue, and a reddish pink for watercolor.
That's pretty cool.
Welcome back.
Being too long in this garage makes me feel like kind of sick. So I was just like
Yeah,
laying on the bed for a
oxygen
sec.
deprivation.
Yeah, so I was like laying on the bed for a sec, just kind of like.
That's okay. I feel ya.
Oof.
I've like rearranged myself to like maximum comfort. I was like, now my toes are warm. And keep them under the blanket. So like the worst shoes for winter.
So I wear the slipper boots.
I gotta get myself a pair, but I haven't been able to yet. Oh, I'm thinking of getting like a geometric owl next for my next tattoo. That's what I'm
A
not finding.
jowl.
A jowl.
No, don't encourage me.
I love puns, so like I'm going to.
God, we had one guy on the freaking Wednesday crew. That's all he was doing. Fish puns. I could kill him.
You could say he was fishing for compliments, man. He did it for the halibut. You were just like, oh my god, when are you gonna stop? But you know, they definitely get worse.
Oh god!
And it's probably just his purpose in life.
You are evil. And you're also pretty good at doing puns.
I am really good at doing puns. I'm eely bad at it. Get it, eel?
Boo!
I bet you're like, you gotta be squidding me right now.
That was good.
I'm gonna go home.
You wanna go back?
Hey
I
man,
can't
at least you
think of any puns.
weren't like
Terrible.
krill yourself. Get it, krill? 'Cause it's weird.
All in favor
With the
of
thing, right?
killing Fenna?
I don't want seafood now.
He just came back after all of my beautiful seafood puns.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
I could go for some deep fried halibut or some calamari now.
I'll be taking
At least
Jen
I
out
didn't.
for
Oh my god, these guys are tree people. I could be making tree puns right now. You know, like, Willow, you ever leave this alone? Not ash me again later. They're barking up the wrong tree. I think they need to branch out with their attacks. So you're pining for compliments because it's a pine tree, you know?
Alright,
Oh
let's
no,
go.
I get it.
I thought I'd spruce it up with some tree puns.
I was pining for more tree puns.
I
Thank
did
you.
the pining one already.
Oh, did you do the pining? I missed the pining one.
I also did the one where it was like, will you ever leave this alone? Not ash me again later, you know?
I think they have to confer with each other here.
God damn it. I might have
Yeah,
mentioned
there's
that I
a
don't like
deciduous
puns,
to
so. Yeah, don't do that.
Nice.
Right.
They have to confer with each other.
Now my brain's just afflicted, trying to come up with a new one. I'm gonna move past that though.
You don't like the tree puns? They were barking up the wrong tree? Do you think we should branch out? Turn over a new leaf, as it were?
Just leave me alone.
Right.
There's still more to do. There's like trees there, so I
Would
think
you
I-
like to move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. That's it. Whose fucking turn was it? Sorry, it was Bromthorn's turn. Because Fenna had just gone.
Yes.
It's over to Bromthorn.
So-
As Fenna smashes through one of the blights and then turns around and smashes into another one. Bromthorn leaps up leaps into action with his spiritual weapon soaring away from the cart.
That's 20, right? Is there a roulette? Please?
What's up?
Duncan?
You're welcome. I guess you can say he's giving the druid a harsh treat.
Stop! Okay, cool. This is
You
20.
started it with the jowl.
No.
It's all your fault. You started this.
Now you better end it.
I hope so. 16, 21.
That
Wait a
tremendous
minute.
success.
Oh my god. Kills
For a
me.
whopping 3 points of damage.
Okay. As you close the distance on him and smack into him for 3 more points, bring him to 36, actually.
Oh, I use this up. He has so many hit points.
He does. He has so many.
Sweet. I think I just make it.
Too many. You should have about 36 hit points less than he has.
And Bromthorn will take a swing.
Double check that I'm not going to go over his max here. Yeah, he's good. And sorry? Bramthorn what now?
He's gonna now take a swing. Does he get flanking?
Bramthorn does now have flanking.
Okay.
Flanking!
That's still just the one at an advantage, right?
Sorry?
Still just the one dice, right?
Don't forget about this.
I threw it in this time.
Yes.
8, 14.
Terrific. You miss.
And it's Bromthorn's turn.
As you swing mightily,
Much inspiration thing.
constantly
I
fuck that.
wasn't sure if you used it.
Swing mightily, hitting naught but air. The druid makes a woo noise as he runs away.
Opportunity of
Unfortunately, being in the position he's at, he's also going to unleash a good old thunder wave back at you. Hey, everybody, make a next save!
He's only got 4 of them. I know.
He has multiple levels to cast them at.
Well, I passed this
Nat
time.
20.
Fuck both of you. I mean, good job, everyone. You still take half damage.
Hey, half
As he
better than full.
runs away and both of you get an AO on him.
How much damage do we take?
You aren't even in there.
Oh, sweet.
How much?
What do you mean?
I rolled a 20, so I still take.
You still take 10 damage.
10 damage.
No, wait, what did I say there? No, you take 12 points of damage. 12 points of damage each of you.
Okay,
Is that
that's the
half
half.
of it?
That's halved.
Okay.
That's brutal. I only got 3 hit points left now. Alright, and he's running away from us?
He's running away.
Okay,
So we
AO.
take the
Yep.
attack.
Do your worst.
I hit him with for 6 points. of damage.
No! He's almost dead.
Get him, Bromthorn. Did you hit him?
Yes.
No!
For 8, 11
Fuck,
points.
he drops. Like a sack of potatoes.
He's not getting
He
away from
blasts
us.
back at you guys like as he's running away as fast as he can, but the two of you one after the next stab into him, cutting him, carving him down, like butchering
Probably
him to
good.
the ground.
I've got 3 hit points.
Stella Artois! Oh my god! I love Stella. I mean, actually, I hate Stella Artois, to be honest. Sorry. Although I like the glasses. The Stella glasses are really nice glasses. Best glasses for drinking out of. Anyway, we have a guest. Stella Artois. The company has visited us. They're gonna sponsor us and shower us with booze. Pretty great.
Nice
The guy drops
drink.
like a sack of potatoes, as I said. A sack of wet, gushy, gory potatoes. As you stand there smoldering from the most recent blast of thunder wave that has washed across you, that has waved its way across you, washed across you, in a wave. Camera pans back towards where the rest of the blights remain.
Kill him.
They're gonna make attacks, I guess. You know, I guess. Oh, look, he missed! He missed too! The both of them make valiant rakings against you, but you slap their hands out of the way, each of you, Fenna and Atlas. From there, the camera pans against Nightstorm. Once again.
With my whopping 3 hit points.
I guess I can take the dash action again. Actually,
Touch my character, like if you can make that close and actually get right beside me, I can touch you.
I don't think I can get 2 in one turn and attack at the same time. I don't think I can get to
Right
them
back
either.
our windows.
If you can get to me and not attack, it'd be better than attacking, and I'll use my turn to heal you.
How many rounds
I
have we
think I'll
gone?
be okay. Just short rest after this.
We gotta be pretty close to 10 rounds, right?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. Maybe Julie has.
I'm only wondering because my spiritual weapon drops out after
Oh, I
a
see.
minute.
That's what's
3 plus.
There we go. yeah, I was surprised about the new spells. Those are interesting. When
New
did
spells?
they? Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff that I didn't see before.
Maybe I should look at Miraculous because
Alright. I ran over to this guy and I did 14 damage to him.
Oh, he explodes away.
Okay.
This one?
Yeah.
He smashes, bursting from your strike.
bursting strike.
So I instruct the armor to basically. My character is going to move a little bit to the left. The armor is going to move onto the opposite side.
Okay. Camera pans in upon to show the armor moving. Oop, hello. Moving over
There,
here.
yep, so Fenna has, and then I should have it because of the creature, so I'm going to attack first. And I miss, and now it's, oh wait, is that a 7? No, I think I still miss.
Alright. As you rush in on the other side, or rather your armor moves in on the other side of.
Okay, he's now attacking the light. He hits. 4 plus 2, 6. Hits again. Ooh, nice.
Nice. The car keys are in my pocket.
14 damage.
14 total damage, explodes away the last remaining one.
Awesome.
And smashes apart a batch of brambles and branches that spills to the ground unceremoniously, leaving the whole of the area quiet.
I'm looking for green things. They're all dead. Sorry.
What? I want
Feta
to
rears back in her raging form, looking around in front of the target and finding them.
I'm gonna kick a rock in range.
It sounds good.
And break your
Yeah,
foot.
It sails away and
Do you know what
smashes
that
a
reference
tree.
is from?
A small family of birds
Mortensen.
dies.
Yeah.
You take 2 experience.
I do?
No,
Oh, I'm
We're on
gonna actually
milestone.
experience. I get a milestone?
we're on milestone.
I heard milestone.
Yeah,
Milestone. Milestone it is, guys.
Who's a whole nest
We
of
gotta
birds?
do a milestone. We gotta do a milestone. You heard
Finally.
me, man.
The biggest
Alright.
nest ever.
Let's continue our actually short rest first.
Are we short resting? Alright. I'm
She's hurt.
Yeah, let's short rest. It's fine.
I don't think a short rest will do it, really. But, you know.
No, but it allows us to use.
Oh, well, I got cure stuff.
Well, no, she can use her hit dice if it's a. Don't waste spells.
Colder than it is.
Well, actually, we probably should do a long
Wrong
rest
one.
before La Saga. Just saying, so maybe we
A
should
long
camp.
rest?
Yeah, at the Wizard of Mines. That way, we're all completely prepped and ready to go. I also need to change some spells to more combat-focused
That's
ones.
fine.
So, how do you feel? We'll take a short rest here, then go to
Why
the
don't we
Wizard of
just go to
Wines
the Wizard
and-
of Wines and
in
do
case
it?
we get another attack.
Well, the Wizard of Wines is a little bit of a distance away from here, actually. It's really not right next to the Wizard's of Wines. It's over the fucking mountain.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
So
several hours travel away.
So it would be out of our way then. Okay,
Yeah,
you
very
guys
much
wanna? What time of day is it?
It's, you guys left in the morning. At this point, it's a couple hours later.
So short rest it up. Get
You guys
yourself
are
back.
probably around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, short
9,
rest
10
gives me
o'clock in
key
the morning.
points back, so that's fine with me.
And health. I would honestly spend some of your.
Well,
hit
yeah,
die
obviously.
If you've been
Just
damaged.
keep going with my 3 hit points.
Huh.
No.
Interesting. I never heard
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
We're short resting.
Alright.
To use
Yeah, that fucking
It's-
radiator
No, it's just
sucks.
sitting crisscross applesauce because my shoes are trash, right?
Yeah.
So they keep my feet warm underneath the blanket. and
Yeah,
I'm
but still, that
sitting
radiator
like
is
this.
trash.
Nice.
It's sitting there underneath
If you
the
felt my
table.
shoes, you would understand.
No, I'm under the same
Well,
canvas.
I'm right beside it, and the only time I feel heat is when my hand is like
Like
literally
right next to it.
twitches.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
That's sad.
Like seriously, it's terrible stuff.
Alright, there we go. Oh. Alright.
God, I do not like that room. That looks terrible.
As you were, so the last light drops. Camera pans against you guys as you're situated in the silence on the roadway. You continue your trek, I'm assuming.
Obviously, yes. That's my opinion. Not obviously. Yes, yes.
I'm sorry. After a short rest, of course. You guys rest amongst the fallen. I'm assuming corpses will be searched.
Yes. Anything?
You find that the barbarian in this case was very well endowed and also happens to have a coin purse. And I'm not talking about how he was endowed. He happens to have 3 gold pieces on him. But I'm ching.
I'm okay without taking any, so
So he has got 3 gold pieces and a handful of white pearls and a few teeth.
Teeth?
They look like human teeth. Or humanoid teeth, anyway.
TBD, open his mouth and take them out.
Now we will.
The druid happens to have, the staff that he was carrying.
What's that staff?
It's nothing special, just a piece of gnarled wood. And otherwise had a necklace of bone, and as well as a pair of bracelets of bone, all matching. Made of various teeth that are arranged lovingly.
Sounds grotesque.
Do they seem magical in any way, shape, or form, or
No. Other than the design, which is so magical.
Oh, it's a hard pass.
Yeah.
But it's so fashionable. With
Well,
that,
sounds good.
alright.
Yep, so am I. Munch some snacks and get to go.
Alright. You guys continue along the roadway.
Oh my god, that was a lot.
Hours pass as you trudge against the muddying bankside of a river that offshoots down towards your destination. As you follow the path, it becomes less of a road and more of a meandering trail in the muck. The river idly curves away into the trees, separating away as it branches. You follow along with the road and the river, watching that one branch disappear into the trees in the distance. The river, as you're walking along it, continues to make its way down towards the mountain in the distance, where it ends up in the foothills that you can see the sloping path leading to a horizon of a village, ruined and in the muck some distance away, made up of wrecked buildings and a blighted history. Yeah, you roll your hit dice to see how many hit points you get back.
Or if you get anything else in the show, rest. I don't know if you get stuff back.
Oh no.
Wait, don't you get your rage back?
Nope, long rest.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'm technically fine. I like the
Oil up the teeth for soup.
I
Gross.
still use your hit
What's
dice.
that?
That way I don't have to heal.
Bone broth
I can
from
save
tea.
some
How much is the hit dice again?
Oh,
I don't know.
ugh.
I get key points for the short rest. I like that.
Wait, oh boy. There is a short rest thing since so when?
I think it's a D12 for you.
Yeah, whatever your hit dice number is, you get 5 of them to roll. You don't have to use all of them if you don't want to.
And you can roll one, see what you get, roll another, and so on until you get your health back. That way you don't, like, waste.
I was holding onto it for that. So that said, there was, as I said, a handful of pearls. Oh, there's 4 pearls.
Oh, I use the restroom. Night Storm is ready to go. I guess for her rest. She's doing monk stretches.
Easy, don't die on me. Don't die on me. I need all the players I can get. Oh my god, I'm running out. Fuck! I gotta find a new player.
I actually did that in high school.
What, died at the table?
No, made the
You seem to
teachers
be
think
doing
I
well.
did.
Sorry?
Used to, everlasting gobstoppers.
Oh god,
Okay,
I love
Well, I
those
would just
things.
bite them. Well, middle of French class one day, I'm like, oh. I have one in my mouth, and I go, boom! Teacher, oh my god! I wish I could have kept a straight face.
Yeah, no
What
doubt.
did you do?
He crunched a gobstopper and made like he was snapping his neck,
Yeah,
and somebody fell for it.
Oh god, that's mean.
that was the first and last day we saw that substitute teacher.
She's probably like, I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excuse
You're
me.
so-
All right,
Watched
now that
the
I'm dying.
video where this guy got his kids to like walk on his back and shit, right? To like, you know,
Yeah.
like, crack your back and whatnot. Because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a little kid, right? But he put pasta, like dry pasta noodles in his mouth.
Oh.
So when we were walking on it, he just bit down on them. So all you heard is this really atrocious sounding crunch.
That is mean.
My
And
dad,
I was like,
my
literally
dad had
me.
us do the same thing. The way his fucking
Mine did too.
back popped and shit. Didn't need no noodles, man. It's grotesque on its own. Right then. As you guys stand over top that horizon, staring down into the chuck that is this valley,
Rising sun.
the path just kind of meanders down to the foothills of the mountain. And as the mountain slope leads up on the one side, there's this slight slope on the opposite side, creating this unbalanced valley of sorts where this village's old ruined history sits sprouting out of the ground like a bunch of forgotten weeds and old shacks. Is that all of them?
Yes.
Oh,
they
thank
were all
God.
busted up and stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah, so there's just the one actual row etch left.
I'm done.
Roach. Why, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I
That's all I've ever wanted.
Oh,
was an
thank you.
ashtray.
Yeah, that's totally what I want.
I had one at one point. It was a cool ass one that I got from the fucking first
Is that
shop.
all of it?
It was dope.
Oh no, there's enough in here. Another one. So you guys are looking down on a ruined village situated next to a bit of a river. The place is more or less muck and swamp.
Should we go
Why do I
on
feel like
this?
we're gonna get our asses kicked?
You can see a hell of a sight in the distance, though.
A naked witch.
Yeah, dancing around a
floating in the
fire.
wind.
Floating in the
No,
wind or just
Yeah,
flapping?
no, because she's an old witch, right? So
big
like
old
they're gonna
woman
be
titties
floating.
flapping
yeah,
above.
those-
It's like they're
titties
gonna be
all
like
like down.
dangling
The
down,
real
right? So
horror.
like the wind blows and everything, so they're just like flapping about in the wind, like kind of
Looks like
slightly
she's got
heavy.
four arms going like
yeah.
this.
Kind of like slightly heavy-looking flags, almost. You can hear like faint helicopter noises in the distance.
Like
from
the
it.
Inuit lady from the Simpsons movie.
Yeah, where they're just swinging.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. Like that's honestly what I'm imagining Babala Saga to look like. Is just that.
Don't be so judgmental. Don't look down on that ruined town. It's not their fault.
She's just sitting there, like tits swinging out around and everything.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, we should probably have a long rest before we fight Babala Saga, for sure.
Oh yeah, I need spell slots back. I know.
The river's flowing down into the place, as you can see.
How late at night is it?
It's not. It's about early afternoon, about 1 o'clock-ish.
Oh, shall we go explore this village? See what's.
Isn't this where Babala Saga is?
You look up ahead, and you can see amidst all the ruined township, one particular structure stands out. It looks like a hut of sorts, a large wooden thing built into the stump of a
We
tree.
want to have a long rest when we're
It's quite a
outside
distance
of-
away from where you're situated, but you can see it clear as a bell.
Well,
Otherwise,
we
the
better be going
trail
into there.
hugs the river for several miles here.
Yeah.
The dirt and grass turn into the marsh as the trail dissolves into spongy earth, pockmarked with strands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. A thick shroud of fog covers everything. Scattered throughout the marsh are old peasant cottages, their walls covered with black mildew, their roofs mostly caved in. These decrepit dwellings seem to hunker down in the mire as though they've long since given up on escaping the thick mud. Everywhere you look, black clouds of flies dart about, hungry for blood. The fog is much thinner on the other side of the river, where a light flashes amidst a dark ring of standing stones.
So, what shall we do?
I feel like that's an appropriate song for this plan.
I feel like we should not go into that
I kinda like this one, this
village
plan.
unless we're like ready
No, it
to
is,
fight.
but, like, you know.
Do you guys want to call it an early day?
Yeah, you good. Get some healing in, get some spell slots.
I think we should maybe call it. Kind of tired myself.
Venice just like mutters under her breath and she's like, I'm tired of carrying the damn party. Literally on my back in some cases.
Silence, mule.
Jesus.
I'm gonna like kick him in the shin.
Don't forget to feed her some carrots.
Gromthorn's got a carrot for her.
Oh god!
I'm going to
I didn't say that.
I'm gonna let the little old lady decapitate you and give us your head. I'm not even gonna mention which one she's giving us.
Oh god! I can see her giving you both. One stuffed into the other.
It's just. Can you imagine if it was like the bigger one stuffed into the little one?
Oh god. Anyways.
Like, just trying to imagine that, like Atlas's head poking out. I'd be really entertained, honestly. That would like make my night. Just like this little old lady being like, I brought you the head of your friend. He annoyed me. And like wandering off, sipping her tea, and eating like her bonbons.
She like those bonbons. Alright.
What can I say, man? She like having balls in her mouth.
Have a long rest, maybe? Sounds
Yeah. I don't want to go in there without doing
good? No. This place is kind of scary.
Yeah, going anywhere without having a long
So-
rest first is.
Who wants to do the first one?
I'll watch.
As you go to set up camp, you look up towards the sky and realize you're not even the least bit tired.
I'm okay sitting here and doing nothing for an entire day and then sleeping.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah,
That
because
sounds fine. Just making sure. You do this.
and,
During the
like,
course of this
psyching.
time, as you're peering down,
And maybe keep an
I'm a
eye
bit
on what's
on-
happening with
you
the-
think you see movement occasionally down amidst the village,
Definitely a good idea. No.
but you're not sure. As you continue to stare out, you continue to think you see things like you might sight ants moving, but you're just not sure if you're seeing that movement amidst the distant mud.
Pretty accurate. That is pretty trash with perception.
100 feet, so if you're over there, it's gonna be like 2,000 feet away. So what's 2,000 feet in terms of epic distances here?
A really long ass fuck distance.
It's over a mile, ain't it?
Isn't it like double the board length sort of thing?
It's half a kilometer. So half a click away.
Venice is like
Just over.
squinting her eyes to look at things like.
And like I said, it's foggy
I
as
think I
shit,
see
so
movement, but it
I
might
don't
be
think
my
anybody's
eyelashes
seeing
holding
anything
me.
that far away in fog.
No, not
if
really.
I think about how far we see looking
yeah,
into the
no shit, eh? It's true, actually.
yeah, we see it.
So as I was saying, peering off into the foggy distance, you guys don't see much of anything. You think you see movement, but it could just as well be tendrils of the smoldering mist.
I was gonna
Filling
be like,
about.
oh man, this would be the perfect time for Fenna to serenade the crew with her bagpipes.
Yeah,
Pull them out.
yeah, totally, I agree.
Pull them out.
They're broken. I don't know they're broken, but I know out of character they're broken. And I don't know how I'm gonna have Fenna act to them. She might just go on a rage and blame the witch and leave on her own. You never know. Fenna's impulsive.
Clouds continue to roll overhead as you guys are situated here, observing a pond growing darker and darker as time goes.
I'm just trying to think what.
The waters of the river nearby lap quietly, peaceably.
Fenna's just gonna casually try to pull out her bagpipes, only to find them in a very distressed state,
For sure.
kind of
You-
mangled.
as
And she's
as you
gonna,
do this,
like,
a couple
sob
of
a
ducks
little bit.
meander down the river as the sun is beginning to set in the distance.
You feel like a small, like, heart-wrenching cry leave her throat. Like, she's just upset over this.
Okay.
They were her dad's beautiful bagpipes.
What happened? I
They're
thought.
broken.
How? Was it during one of our fights? I am so sorry.
My beautiful
Forgot.
pipes.
Storm has painter's
The only
supplies.
thing I'd ever
painting
blow.
the scene
Okay. Fair enough.
because needing something
That's
to
an
do this
interesting
time.
choice of
That's not
words.
just sitting staring
So,
like this.
phrase
Do you include this sobbing
Venice is
barbarian in
gonna
the
glare
painting?
at him.
No, the
you
sobbing
for that
barbarian
statement.
annoys me.
Like,
I'm painting the
can we make a
scenery.
joke at a time like this?
There is beauty
This is
in
a
its
travesty.
ugliness.
Alright, sounds good. You sob somewhat quietly, about your bagpipes
I'll see it
whilst
after
you
Atlas,
paint
since you made a
the
comment.
scene. You got what now?
I was like, my poor pipes, they're the only thing I'd ever blow. And Atlas was like, ha, interesting choice for phrasing there. And then I was like, it's okay, we can joke at a time like this.
What's Bromthar doing during this time?
He's just smoking.
As you're watching over the river, you can see fish idly meandering about. The ducks float on by as you puff away.
As a cleric, you're good at mending things, aren't you?
For
You
long,
think you could
the sun
fix them?
sets.
I don't have mending.
We discussed this earlier because my piece of armor can't be healed.
He'll never be the same.
I promise the next time I gain some knowledge, I might be able to divine a spell to fix them. Hold on.
The only one speaking sense. But it's just gonna casually blow into like the one singular pipe that's not like left hanging off of the bagpipe. Seeing if even that'll make a sound.
As night falls and you set up camp, who takes the first one?
I'll take a second.
Ooh, it's all fast.
As you begin to camp. Actually, you know what? Before everybody beds down permanently, beds down, that is to say.
Interesting choice of words.
You guys are situated in your camp, observing upon the various facets of the scenery, painting, sobbing, watching, smoking, etc.
Clutching
When-
bagpipes to chest.
A figure comes towards Bromtharn smoking. Moving up from the beach of the river edge, a woman stands up directly in front of you and comes towards you, slowly creeping towards you from the river's edge. And she says simply, "You are a friend of Irwin's, are you not?"
Irwin's the tavern guy?
Bartender.
Yeah.
You are a friend of the Martikovs, are you not?
Better than an acquaintance, I'm sure.
She gives a nod and she comes forward. "My name is Muriel. I am a friend of the Martikovs. You have come for the saga." And she comes, like, stepping in and moves her head down and she kind of cocks to one side. And she creeps around you, unsure what to make of you.
Is she kind of bird-like in her movements?
Slightly. She cocks up and down.
Just to clarify, we're not here.
Right?
It's just him on his
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
No, he's just off at the river's edge. You guys are doing whatever you're doing. She's painting, you're sobbing, I don't know what the hell you're
Reading
doing.
by her.
There you go, done. You're off on your own, just over yonder. You could easily call your cohorts. She peers past you, sees them, sees you.
Yeah, I'll call out to these folks. Of course, my hand at this point is firmly around the
As you call over and then look back towards her, you see that hers is as well.
Fen's already upset enough to want to stab things from finding out her things are broken, so she's like very upsetty. And she'll just go over there in case he needs backup.
Yeah, I approach. Hand on weapon. Not drawing it.
Oh, I full on drew mine. I have my spear in my hand. I'm like grumbling under my breath about like
She,
annihilating ruin these.
with a hand on a long serpentine dagger at her side, says, as she relaxes and stands straight, and then, can't help herself for whatever bird-like movements she might have to portray. She says, "Yes, it seems you are prepared for any threat, And she looks upon you all, and I can help you some. Perhaps I have been here for some time, observing many things.
We could always use the help.
Who are you that we should trust you?
I have been observing on this saga.
Isn't Lasaga a witch? Couldn't she disguise herself?
Did you say this out loud?
I'm gonna like mutter it to Atlas.
She's not gonna hear it. She doesn't know anything to respond.
I nod quietly, like almost imprecisely, just enough for you to pick up.
So really we shouldn't trust her?
What information could you pile, or could you, what information could you provide?
She peers over towards you and says, if you are seeking to destroy the witch, you must catch her off guard. You will not defeat her unless you do this. Surprise her. Else she will take to the skies and will rain death upon you.
Disguise like yourself?
She will take to the skies. She will fly. She will rain death.
Okay. How do you recommend we, surprise her?
She is within her hut. Approach her hut carefully, and you may catch her off guard.
Is there any,
However, the village is rife, is thick with her minions, scarecrows that she has brought to life.
any suggestions? Or would be much appreciated.
Be cautious when entering upon the village.
I'd like to do an insight investigation. With my passive insight is 17. Would that detect anything? Seem to be truthful?
You can insight that this person is being very cautious around you.
I'm gonna roll. That is an 18 on insight.
What would my spear say because it's in my hand?
It's not saying much of anything.
So if I was like questioning it and be like, do I trust it? It wouldn't say anything back, sort of thing?
Yeah, because it makes a difference.
No, it doesn't actually say anything much other than, you know what? As you focus upon it, it says, the spores continue the hunt. The hunt must continue. And then it just goes inert. As Atlas was talking to the old lady here, sorry.
It was 18 on.
Yeah, no,
active
you
insight.
you don't incite any sort of you don't cite a sort of hustle happening here. If anything, it's a careful, calculated set of statements.
Okay.
As she stares past you occasionally, peering past, she says, and the church. You will see spirits roaming there. You will see many spirits roaming this village. Do not tarry anyone within it, for it is accursed. Hence why I live across that river. And as she peers over, she says, you can see the church. It glows. It glows with spirits.
What happened at this church?
This whole village was destroyed by the devil, decimated by his anger, his vicious ferocity.
What drove him, other than his anger?
I do not know this
Is there
story.
a cause for that?
If you wish to irritate the witch, draw the witch out, I do know she has several goats in the ruins of the mansion that you will see over
I
there.
didn't hear that, Dooley, sorry.
She has several goats
Goats, okay.
in the mansion over there.
Maybe that's someplace we could, if we, make her a little raw, that could prove to our advantage, make her be reckless. How do you guys feel about going to this mansion?
I don't think we should trust her.
Is there anything else you can tell us?
If the scarecrows catch sight of you, if you threaten them, or if they set upon you, they're like the web to the spider. The saga will know. That's
How
ready.
many scarecrows are there?
There are many. I do not have a count of these. She produces more when she needs them.
Fenna's gonna look at her and be like, if what you're saying is truthful, then surely you won't mind tagging along with us.
She shakes her head and says, I am not venturing into that. And she creeps away from you.
Then
This
why
one-
should we venture there? if
This
you
one
won't?
believes her fear.
She looks at you and says,
Fear.
you may do as you wish. I
She
am not
smells
you.
afraid.
And with that, she just goes like shivers and feathers sprout out of her arms and from her
Flies
neck
away.
and face.
Thank you.
And she kind of just like whips back up into the air, allowing
So-
herself to backflip backwards and flutter off across back over the
Oh
river.
my god.
I mean, like, Crazy Bird Lady said that Bubble Saga would fly, and then Bird Lady flew off.
This one believes Bird Lady. She smelled afraid.
Very much so, actually.
We need to be cautious. We definitely need to be
Still
prepared.
don't trust Bird Lady.
How do you guys feel about going to this mansion? Destroying these goats.
This
We'll
one
go
feels we
with
need
you
to
guys
rest.
if you wish to go there. I don't trust her.
Probably a wise move. However, I agree with Nightstorm. I think she was rather.
Afraid of death? From which end, though?
What would Losaga gain by tricking us to kill her goats?
The element of surprise. She could attack us,
She
knowing
already-
where we'd be.
She already
Let
knows
us
where we
see
were.
something
That could have
that-
been her movement. Why not attack us while we were distracted?
She's a witch. Do you think she wouldn't be entertained in playing mind games with us?
That may be true. I think we should put this to a vote. I say we should go and abide by this lady.
I have
This
feet
one
in my
thinks we
channel.
should
I have a guy called
rest.
Feet in here.
And not
Hi,
worry about
feet.
goat.
I hope you're not smelly.
Not worry about goats. This party must rest.
I agree.
Otherwise, everything will kill the party.
Let's rest. Think about it tonight.
How does
and
everybody
tomorrow.
know the who's on first, no he's on second thing? I don't know that fucking
Wait,
thing.
who's on
Okay,
first?
I know it
I
now.
said already. I
Never
was like,
knew it.
who's on
Who's on
first?
Never
first?
fucking know
Because
it.
I was like, who's on
That's
first?
Abbott and Costello.
I know, but I don't know
Abbott and
it.
My
Costello.
dad
I know
loved
of it.
Abbott and Costello.
I don't even find it funny. I don't get it.
Is this going to work
This
out?
is
funny.
You just gotta listen to it.
Who was?
This is old school humor from like a really long time ago.
How is it that I know that and you don't?
Everybody knows
If it's
that, and
old
I
school
don't.
humor.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
I've never.
I love that.
Abbott and Costello are like bae.
Where were they?
Comedians like
Old
Laurel and Hardy and
comedians,
shit.
yeah. From a
They
Um,
were wholesome people.
They were back when
Yeah.
the world was black and white.
Yeah,
Before the world had color.
Yeah,
in
did
it.
you have color when you were a little
That was
grandma?
that was the Calvin and Hobbes reference, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right. So as we were then,
Longus.
Muriel flies away.
Alright, I'm on first watch still for long rest, so I'm gonna like
Who's on first?
me. I'm on first.
I'll take a second.
Deborah pans slowly against the camp as Fenna's watching away. It shows you in kind of like a
With my,
fast mode as you're like looking around and doing
With
the
my
thing.
spear at hand because I'm really like angsty now because I'm like fucking witches everywhere.
Eventually, in fast mode, it shows like you get up and walk over and shake awake the next person. Atlas comes out and sits down, and it shows you kind of meandering about. Again, in fast forward as the clouds roll by. An hour and a half, 2 hours passes by very quickly as you meander around. Eventually waking Bromtharn for his watch.
Poor old bearded guy.
Bromtharn steps in, does the thing. Watch goes by uneventfully. Morning arrives.
He's a thing I instantly thought about the
The cold breeze continues to listlessly meanders its way along the meandering river.
That's a lot of meandering.
There's a lot of meandering. Following along the river, it passes by the lot of you, causing the tent to billow, your cloaks to billow, your skin to dimple, your nipples to harden.
Except for Fenna, because she likes the cold.
Nipples to
never
harden.
bothered her anyways.
Point being,
They're always hard. What are you talking
that's what I'm
about?
saying.
Fenna.
With that said, the morning comes upon, the light doesn't change. It's still as cold out as it was the night before, here in the din of this valley of trees. As the camera pans against the horizon, showing you guys tearing down camp, long rested and prepared for battle, the camera fades to black, saying to be continued. We're gonna end it there.
Cool.
Wait, we're actually ending it early?
You're pretty tired, she's pretty tired.
I'm not that tired, actually.
Well, you know.
I was just like, ow.
Don't do that, it hurts.
You're alright.
Which kills me. Summertime is so much easier.
Yeah, it is.
Josh.
Ouch.
And, what would you do?
I need the table.
That's no good.
Like the edge of the table with like the edge of my knee. It's like the funny bone of the knee pit, if you will.
Yeah, right, I know what you mean. That sucks. With that said, though, Sandra, would you like, would you hate, was your bird, was your
Oh,
least?
what do I like?
We're done early here.
Like tentacles. Those are always a fun taste.
Okay, see you in a second. Bye.
That would be like the favorite part. So I like the battle. That was fun that we had it like
Yeah.
towards the middle. I enjoyed that. Rather than like towards the end where it feels rushed, or like at the beginning where it's like you're just trying to get into it and it's like instant. I like it being in the middle. It's nice.
Fair enough.
I like the little tree pricks. They were kind of fun. I like the fact that I got to fight a barbarian too. Sad that he didn't get rage. Because
Not much of a barbarian.
It would have been more fun if he had rage. But like,
Really not much of a barbarian.
oh, there you go. The thing I hated, finally finding out that my bag types were broken by Nez.
Yes.
Not that I know it's by Nez yet, but by Nez anyways. Because out of character, I know that.
You know what?
That's my
You know
sad
what?
moment.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna say that your spear knows. And actually will inform you of this in a dream. As you
Oh,
sleep.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Nez comes back, if he ever comes back, Fenna's gonna be like,
We'll go with that.
beautiful. All I could ever hope for. Oh, can I have my dice?
Oh, yeah.
Just like toss it.
I'm probably gonna have to stay here for another like 10-15 minutes waiting for my mom.
That's okay, dude.
With
that,
Yes.
Mark, would you like, would you hate, would you rub, would you least?
Yeah, all around. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was great. As kind of here, the fighting in the middle was cool. It was good. It was good build up. It was like a story, you know. Conflict in the middle, and the rest is story.
Fair enough.
Don't think I really didn't like anything.
Cool.
Other than missing a few hits. Stupid dice.
Me and my nat one. At least it wasn't on like an attack thing. Like
Yeah.
the spear would have gone somewhere else entirely and like you're not worthy.
Josh, would you like, would you hate, would you rub, would you least?
Little disappointed that the time kind of just slipped away on me. I honestly thought we had like another 3-4 hours.
Well,
just
technically
wasn't
we'd
there.
have another hour and a half, but...
I know, but to be honest, I'm awfully tired, so it's a good thing that we're ending early. I really enjoyed that fight. That was really cool. The role playing towards the end there was nice, and it's nice that we didn't actually get into anything. and that we can just start next week.
I don't know
And do you know
which
if Mitch will be there next week?
That's why I'm actually ending it here.
That's
so
a really
next week we'll have
good
all 6
move.
players.
And
So
Justin are
I
here.
definitely like that.
So there you go.
Otherwise, I enjoyed it. The only thing disappointing was, it was just how time kind of just slipped away on me. I thought
Low-key, your
it-
favorite part was my tree puns don't even lie.
Oh,
The
sorry.
fish puns.
Yeah, the puns. Actually, I don't mind them. Especially, you guys are good. It's just I suck at them, so it's like fuck. I can't
Puns
take
are
parts
just
of
like
this.
something I have trained myself to be good at. It's the only thing.
So last which language you was wrote at least.
I liked the battle. I liked. Well, I didn't really get much at the beginning, but. I like that it feels dangerous at times. I don't like that I have a hard time sitting in the garage now. It makes it really hard for me to stay in here. I keep getting up and leaving. So I miss stuff when that happens because I can't keep sitting in here. I unintentionally don't breathe because I don't like the smell of the garage.
Right.
And then there's not as much air in here, so
You get one of those
oxygen
suits where
department.
you have your farts going through
yeah,
your
that's what
butt.
I need.
Because everybody loves their own brand.
Yeah. I get
All
one
you
of
gotta
those.
do is set the TV up so it plays the stream, like the stream while it's happening, and then you can
Yeah, there
just
you
walk
go.
in there and see what's happening.
That's right. You can just play remote. You can play
Yeah,
remote.
we'll set
from
up a
the
little
living room.
speakerphone for you or
Yeah.
something.
Like Charlie's Angels or some shit.
Cecil sit by the door, so every time it's her turn, she peeks her head in, and she's like, "I attacked that one in the middle. Move me 4 spaces diagonal on
Move me to
Dooley's right."
D4.
Oh man, what a terrible idea.
You gotta.
Did you say I love
We're
it?
done.
But it was alright. I liked
Yeah?
the session in general.
Yeah?
It was good.
Alright.
I do like how we do every time.
I like the pacing. I think it went well with the battle in the center. The battle, as it were, the battle in the middle. It was better than I thought it would be, which made me happy.
I just like the barbarians. And the dude who screams.
Hey, cheers, thank you. The acting of the bird lady there.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was fun.
I didn't like, actually, speaking of the bird lady, I didn't like the stunted kind of performance there. It's like, here's an informative person. Okay, have a great day. Thank you, bye. Okay, bye. But otherwise,
I still don't trust her.
that's alright. None of
She
this
needs to
is
sound more like
I
the
like
chicken
really?
lady.
It's
That's what I was
broke.
thinking about
It's
that.
broke.
I
Yeah,
forgot
for
to
you.
say
Have
it.
this
I like
mistrust.
that we're
Anyway.
here.
Yeah, me too. I like that you guys made a decision. That was really exciting to see. You guys made a
Like
decision.
at the beginning, we're like, we're gonna go here. And we went there.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's like the first time that's ever happened.
Well, I don't know if it's the
Usually
first
we
time,
just
but-
go around in circles.
But yeah, the last couple
We've been pretty
sessions,
bad
that's kind of
with
been the
that.
thing.
Oh,
Meandering
it
has
is
been
like
the
meander
descriptor
around.
for
It would be
everything.
nice to do this and have more people.
It's because our
Yeah,
foot is
that was
clubbed,
it.
so we just keep doing
Well, that's
this.
why I'm so glad we actually waited, because I know Mitch
That's
and
what
even.
speaks
You
by
mean
the
that's
wrong
why
direction.
I
She
waited.
carries you
Well,
on
yeah,
the shoulders
sorry,
when you're
sorry.
supposed to help, but you don't.
He's just zoned out on
That is
the bus.
Justin.
Justin. Okay, I always forget his name. It's
You know,
he's too
trying
new
to
to
grab
it.
you to fight
I
out.
haven't got it.
He's right.
Yeah.
Arf.
Like, Fennis always got no
not to mention
bra,
Cult
because, you know,
Master,
it's like
so-
mini
Oh,
bras,
excuse
there's
me.
no bra.
With that
She's
said-
just got a cloth holding in her boob.
If you'd like me to see, we stream every Monday and Friday from 7 p.m. to whenever we finish, which is a little earlier than usual for Friday and Tuesday, for obvious reasons, aforementioned reasons, I should say.
See, like, look at that.
Otherwise, it is my pleasure to be your entertainer, your Legend Master, with my fantastic palette of wonderful personalities that make up my playership. Until next time, may your 20s always 9 from 20. Everybody say goodbye!
Man.
Toodles! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen!